Shit. Are we live? Hello, is this thing on? Hey, yo, what's up, Steffi and Terrence? How the hell are you? Terrence, I really like listening to you about your life, even though it's a total fucking train wreck. Yeah, I'm kidding you. No, really, I do like listening to you, man. I like to hear your stories. What's up, Dub? Captain? Gabby. Smashly, Section 15. You all are jumping in here on me tonight. I like that. I tell you what, I couldn't think of what to call this stream, so I gave it the name that I did because, well, for one thing, it's fucking true. I'm not gonna tell you whose fault it was, but it's true. And oh yeah, I want to thank Dub for see in the rules to join the Discord, you have to send me titty pics so that I can verify that you are who you say you are. It's strictly for verification purposes. You know, it's not for my own personal sexual deviancy or anything like that. It's just about, you know, verification. And Dub sent me some, you know, some pretty nice ones. All right, now I'm going to read what you're actually saying here. Will I be free next Friday? For you, Terrence, I am free any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you want to schedule something for Friday, we can. Oh, you know what? I have an appointment Friday afternoon, so as long as it's like late Friday. What's up, Bryden? Oh, the other Bill. Smashly. I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody or not. Part of the problem is I can't fucking read. You guys know this. And I do have a homework assignment for you if you choose to accept it. Like when Chico and I used to be really good friends, and when she got her channel going, like she started with nothing, right? And one of the things that I did to help her get people on her channel was like I just went to everybody in my contact list to my phone. I said, hey, go subscribe to this, even if it's not what you like. Just don't turn the notifications on. Just give her the numbers. Now, all I give a fuck, I only need like less than 150 more to get to 500. Then I can use the community tab. After that, I don't give a fuck. I am not trying to monetize. There's no fuck. If there's no other way I could. Even if I wanted to, I would have to change who I am and how I talk, and I ain't gonna fucking do that. So there's no hope of any of that bullshit. I just want to be able to use the community tab is all. Help keep people updated on stuff without using a notification or having to actually, you know, film shit. So yeah, I can't. It was her goal was 700 at one point to get to 700. I don't remember how many she had exactly at that time, but yeah, I just tell everybody to go down through their phones and just message everybody on your list. Say, hey, just go subscribe to this. You don't have to fucking turn the notifications on. Just give her the number, and it worked. We got there pretty quick. Always happy to see my stash here. That fucking makes my night. So anyway, shit, I forgot to make a link. People were saying earlier that they wanted to come up here live with me, but I gotta go make the fucking link. I'll be right back. You guys just talk amongst yourselves and no inappropriate touching while anybody is watching. But yeah, Bryden just had a really good stream. If you guys haven't seen it yet, um, go back and check it out later. Or right now, I don't give a fuck. I can't remember if I got Bryden. I can't tell on StreamYard if I've got him modded or not. But Bryden, if you're modded, go ahead and drop your link. If he's not modded, then somebody can drop it for him, please. Still in the car, Gabby? We'll go for it anyway. We don't care. Hills, baby. Always a pleasure. All right, my main squeeze Haley is here. You know what I need right now? Like, I need a whole bunch of my ladies to just show up out to my well, I was gonna say my house, but I haven't got it built yet. Just come out here to the woods with me. I'm cold. I need you to keep me warm. I actually have to drive out to my parents' house when I want to go live because I don't have enough signal out where I live to do that. And I went in and said hello to my mom and dad tonight, of course. And my mom was like, "You can do your thing here. You can come in the house." I'm like, "No, I can't, Mom. I don't want you to hear me. Well, I don't want you to hear the shit that I say. You'd slap me. You would wash my mouth out with soap, just like when I was 5." Besides that, they're old and they actually they stay up pretty late for old people usually. Like I've gone in the house at midnight and they were still up watching old people TV, but um yeah, they're asleep now and I don't want to I yeah. I mean, you guys know the kind of shit that I say. I don't want my mom to hear me say that shit. You know what I mean? And then the way I like yell and scream sometimes, I don't want to wake them up. So here I am outside in the shop freezing my ass off. Oh yeah, I tell you what, like my mom and dad are great people, right? A little overbearing, but great people, great human beings. But if I had to live with my mom, fuck, I don't, dude, she's all the way in the house and I'm still sneaking around the corner to make sure she ain't listening to me. But anyway, I just lost my train of thought, making sure my mom wasn't listening. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. But yeah, anyway, I don't want my mom to hear this shit. I'm fucking scared to death they're gonna actually find out what my YouTube channel is. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, I love my mom to death, but like, if I had to live with her, I would fucking like not literally, but I would strangle her. I would. She's she's just very oh gosh, I'm not trying to make her sound like a bitch or nothing, but she's very overbearing, opinionated, demanding, set in her ways. You know, we just don't see eye to eye on a lot, and she likes to stick her nose in my business where it don't fucking belong, and it has screwed things up for me in the past. So there's that. Oh, that reminds me, other Bill or other Bill, I guess. I'm other Bill. He's other Bill, right? Yeah, I found a picture that I forgot to post on the Dramagram page with the Munsters. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, I guess my relationship with my parents is pretty normal, you know. But I tell you what, I survived. If you know what the Satanic Panic of the '80s was, where like it was on Dr. Phil, it was on all the news programs about how heavy metal music was the devil. These people are all possessed by Satan. It was on the fucking news all the time. And I'm a metalhead, and I have been since my cousins introduced me to metal when I was 3. So I had to sneak my music. Like this is back in the days of the cassette tapes and the Walkman. You guys remember those? Um, I had to sneak all that shit into the house, and when they would find it, like every now and then, I was always in trouble. But every now and then, they would raid my room and find my music and fucking literally burn it. Like I would have to have people copy tapes for me and hold on to my hard copies, and yeah, it was bad. So I started recording like AC/DC and Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Motley Crue, having people make mixtapes for me, and then I would write like a religious sermon or Christian sermon or some shit on there, and I got away with that for a while until they caught on. Oh yeah, Kiss too. So yeah, I survived the satanic panic of the '80s, man. You don't know what it's like until you've been through it. I mean, here's part of the problem is back in the day we didn't cell phones didn't exist. Smartphones didn't exist. Um home computers existed, but like nobody had them, right? So I was always grounded because of my grades or whatever. The only reason I graduated my senior year was because my girlfriend, like, she did all my homework and wrote all my term papers. That's the only reason I graduated. But like, I was always in trouble for my grades or staying out too late or whatever. And mind you, I was not into drugs at the time, but I was also working so much that I was taking caffeine pills. And when they found my caffeine pills, they freaked. So I was in a lot of trouble for that. I was always in trouble for something, right? We had one television in the house. It was in the living room. And I was grounded on television, so I had to stay in my room all the time. Well, I would just because and they had taken my music too, so I would just sit in there and draw. And like I would draw a lot of like dragons and uh, like Dungeons and Dragons type stuff, um, stuff like that. And yeah, there was a lot of I drew a lot of medieval battlefields and shit like that. There was a lot of blood and gore, but they decided that my dragons were not dragons. They decided they were demons. So then, like, they thought I was possessed. Literally, thought I was fucked, which I probably was and still am. So, yeah, this is part of why I'm so fucked up. So, anyway, I was always grounded, so I couldn't go into the living room and watch TV with everybody. And then they said that I was isolating myself, which I was out of necessity because I couldn't be in the fucking TV room. So I would sit in there and draw, and stuff. So they're like, "Oh, he's isolating himself. He's drawing demons and all blah blah blah." They fucking had me locked up in a nut house at one point. I'm not kidding you. So they sent their preacher in, and I knew what the preacher wanted to hear. So I just told him I wanted to hear, and they let me out right away. So I was only in there for 3 or 4 days. So yeah, I mean their church didn't believe in exorcisms, or I probably would have wound up on the front page or some shit. I don't know. I mean, was I a troubled, depressed teen? Yeah, I was. But who the fuck isn't at that age? So anyway, I'm throwing a link out there. Somebody wants to come up. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chat. I've been blabbing. Yeah, I did have some Iron Maiden posters with Eddie. I used to draw Eddie all the time, but like I couldn't hang it in my room because they would have burned it. But like people would give me Iron Maiden posters and Motley Crue posters and who else? I mean, just all that kind of stuff. I had it, but I couldn't hang it. Hey Vic, have you ever seen that little wooden casket I have that I have the real silver bullets in? If you haven't seen that, let me know and I'll send you a picture of it. Hey, that's awesome, Gabby. Keep the power going. Come on, Haley, get your ass up here. I mean, we can talk on here like we do in DMs. I'll just have to delete it right afterwards, like I did the other night. Yeah, Vic, if I don't send it to you, like I forget shit pretty easily. So if I don't remember to send it to you right away, remind me and I will send it to you. Oh shit, Kenzie, somebody's trying to steal your cheesecake bites. Worship Tommy. That's funny. What? Wait, no, Terrence, you you are supposed to be naked on my panels. It's a requirement. Anybody who's not naked will be kicked off. I'm still trying to get Hills up here. I don't know why she don't want to. I mean, I know why, but you know. I tell you, like I don't want to start arguments between anybody, but I actually would like to hear Hills and Cat Eyes argue because they got. Oh God, that'd be funny. Yeah, Vic, show us your wood. Oh yeah, Glocksmith, you're probably right. We can fix that real quick though. She's probably at work. So for some reason, some employers frown on you being naked. I know that I've experienced that kind of discrimination myself. You show up to work naked and everybody freaks out like it's some kind of big fucking deal. Okay, somebody wants up here. Hold on, let me get them in here. Hey, what's up, Terrence?
Hey, Bill, how's it going?
You can't even have underwear on my stream. I hope you know that.
I don't know. I'm completely naked right now.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too. So, how's your night going so far?
Pretty good.
That's good.
I just got shot down by Hills again. She shoots me down all the time.
Well, keep trying, Bill.
I know.
Yeah, keep trying.
One day I'll catch her slipping.
Yeah. Yeah, are you going like in alphabetical order?
Well, like if I actually knew the alphabet, I might try that, but no. I
Yeah.
mean,
So, okay.
oh, good. No, you go.
Oh
You
no,
go.
no, you go ahead.
I already forgot what nonsense I was gonna say, so it was,
Oh, that's on the hills, probably.
Yeah, but I need to slow that. I need to, slow that down a little bit. I don't want to get her in trouble.
Hmm. You make her blush easily.
Oh no, she don't blush easily. Trust me on that one.
Yeah, but we'd be free for next Friday, like around maybe 8 o'clock.
I should be. Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Like I have an appointment I got to keep that day, but I should be. I should be. After that appointment, I'll have to go and take care of it. But I should be. I should be done by 8 o'clock. I would think.
Or 9 at the latest, I guess.
Oh shit.
What?
Okay, ladies, cover your eyes. I'm gonna bring up somebody that wants to show off their wood.
Oh, Vic.
Hey, hold on. Let me change Piggy Pig here.
Don't change your mic, man. Your mic sounds perfect. Like I've never heard your
Yeah.
mic sound perfect before.
See that? I don't know if y'all can see it,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the casket size.
Here, let me give you a little layout. There you go.
You know, that's the casket size.
Nice.
You know, it's
That,
a thicker wood here. This stuff is hard to cut. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, make it twice as thick. I mean, it's real thick there, but it's gonna be twice as thick. And I'm gonna have the little walls, and I'm gonna have the little pieces on the inside. You know how they have like a 2x4 that comes up on the insides at the corners and all. I'm gonna have that
Hmm.
also, and I'm gonna have it on the outside too, and then I'm gonna have trim going around the outside, also, and then I'm gonna cut like a crescent moon on one side and maybe a star on the other side, or maybe two crescent moons. I thought about putting a skull in the center.
Nice. That'd be really cool. Did you
Eh,
draw up the blueprint yourself, or did you get them somewhere?
Well, I found one online, and I kept drawing it and kept drawing it and kept drawing it, and I messed it up, But I finally think I got it right. I think I'm gonna cut the bottom off just a little bit, because it's a little bit longer than what the picture showed. But I had drew this here, but it didn't look right. It's not proportioned right, So
Hmm.
I just, kept drawing and kept erasing, drawing and erasing and everything.
Right on.
Trying to get everything proportioned right. I seen it online, and then I used my little hickey jig, to count how many times, going across, what the print said, and I came up with this size here. I thought it's a GI Joe size. A GI Joe might be a little bit smaller, but
Well, that'd
but
be all right. Just
anyway,
you could find the old
that's
style GI Joe doll.
and that little box I made, it's done. I don't know. See, I put the little heart on, the bottom of it there.
Did you
You
Nice.
say
know.
heart on or heart on?
Oh, oh,
Well, the heart, HEART.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't,
Yeah. Well,
I didn't.
it makes sense either way, really. But
Yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't want her to take it the wrong way.
no,
But
yeah, no. She's a sweetheart. You don't want that to
yeah,
happen.
yeah. But yeah, it's done, and that's the top. I think what I'm gonna have to do is make this a little bit taller because it don't have much of a finger hold on it. But yeah, I sanded it too much, and I had to replace two of these. So next
you're
time I
very
make
talented,
something, I have to
for sending that
remember,
book.
I can't sand it too much.
Here I am trying to look over that comment. I'm like, move that fucking comment. It's like, oh shit, I'm the one in charge of that. Sorry. Oh,
Right, right.
Julie Jade, I didn't check my call log until like a little while ago. I apologize. I didn't know that I didn't have my phone until like later in the morning. So I apologize. I didn't have it to answer you. I'm sorry. I hope everything's okay.
Well, I'm gonna drop off, and I just wanted to show you, what I started so far, you know,
Oh, it looks
and
cool, man. It'll be awesome when you get it done.
around the fifth, I'm gonna go shopping for some veneer. I'll take y'all to a famous place here in Atlanta. They sell exotic wood.
Nice. What are you gonna do it in?
This here,
Hmm.
it's gonna be in black veneer, and it's gonna have red trim going around it. And it's gonna have some molding. I'm gonna hand make molding to go around this right here on the inside. It's like the trim is gonna come back like right there. All the way around. You know, the trim. It's gonna be built. The trim's gonna be built up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't know if you can see that, but I
Hmm.
started cutting the trim out on this piece here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you know,
When I made
but
mine, I just took a router and went around the outside, but that's gonna look probably better.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't have a router. However, I'm gonna get a hand router. It's the kind you hold two little knobs, and it has a little thing that goes down like that there, and it you shave out the wherever you're gonna put your inlay. It's
Hmm.
not a motorized router. It's just a manual hand router.
Well, it'll still work though for for a small project. It'll be fine.
Oh yes, well that's what was going to do is use that. So whenever I have like a solid door or solid piece of wood, I can use that little hand router to uh you know go that deep right there to where I can inset my wood. You know, it's like I have a guitar. I'm gonna start putting it together here soon. Maybe after I get done with this casket, I'll go live and put it together and put my pickups in it. It's a double neck.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got
But any,
they're stashed away right now. Stashed, but they're put away right now. But I've got a couple of old guitars that I need to rebuild. I mean, they need completely taken down, new frets and everything put in. I don't
right,
like doing frets because they're a pain in the ass, but I don't know. It'll give me something to do later on in the wintertime.
yeah, that's true. I bought a kit guitar. It's a double neck. I bought a kit, and when I got it, it had a split where they set two pieces of wood they put together. It had a little split in there, so I was unhappy with it. So I carved it out and put inlay in it, and then I did a checkerboard on the back of it. I don't know if you ever seen it. You know, did I ever show it to you?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have a 7 string. It's a cheap China made guitar, but it plays.
Well, I tell you what, though, just because something's made in China doesn't necessarily mean it's garbage. Like I have a real what do you call it? A Warlock from the 1980s. It was made in it's an NJ series, which is a top of the line series, but
Right.
um, you know NJ is I can't remember if it's Korea or Japan, but they're awesome guitars. So
Well,
just
I have a
because something's made by Asians doesn't
yeah.
necessarily mean it's bad.
Well, I have a Douglas. You know, I don't know if that's a good or a bad one. It's a Douglas. Hold on, I'll get it. You know, I mean, it's got a lock and nut on it. Which I like that. Uh, hold on here. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a grayish
Is
color
that
black.
is that an actual Floyd Rose tremolo down there?
Yeah, yeah. I made them lock it down though.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Once you get them, Floyd Roses are. That's what I have on my Warlock. They are hard to get set up right, but once you do, man, you can't go wrong with them after that.
Right. See, it has a lock and nut, and the thing is, I started tuning this thing and got it all out of whack. One
Yeah.
string broke, so I went to put a new string on it and got it all out of whack, and I had to pay like $60 for them to put it all new strings back on it. And then they asked me if I wanted to lock this, and I said, yeah, please lock it because I couldn't. If I knew how to lock this down, I could have tuned it. I was sticking stuff up under it here and it wouldn't do right. So.
They charged you $60 for that. What kind of strings did they use?
I don't know. I told them just, they asked me what gauge, and I said, well, whatever gauge is supposed to be on there, put them on there.
Well, it looks like they probably used light gauge, which is fine.
Right.
It
Well,
just
they had to
depends on the
retune
player.
everything, and
There's no supposed to be. There's just whatever the player wants. But yeah, light gauge is usually fine.
right.
Back when I was doing like all the real hard, death metal stuff, I put the heaviest gauge strings I could get on there. I even experimented like before 7 strings and 8 strings were a thing. I had somebody help me build a seventh spot on the pickups, and I actually used the
Uh-huh.
smallest string from a bass on there. It was a fucking thing, but once you got it dialed in right, man, it sounded wild. And so like
Yeah,
if we would have like patented that, it would have come out pretty good. But
well, this is a 7 string. I had to relearn everything with the 7 string, and what helped me is I put tape on the frets here, to where the way I play, because I tap the strings with both fingers, as I'm going up
mhm.
and down the neck. But my right hand and my left hand, they get in each other's way while I'm playing. So with a double neck, my right hand will play the bottom neck, and my left hand will play, the 12th string, the top of the neck.
Okay, I'm not
Don't
sure I
know.
follow what you just said, but okay,
Well,
I get you, man.
well, Eddie, not Eddie Van Halen, but one of the guys that plays with, yeah, Eddie Van Halen. He kind of plays the same way that I play.
Tapping, yeah. No, I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying. I just okay, I get you. Okay.
it's kind of hard for me to,
Well, that's how. I mean, when I was
because I'm
young, I
not that
thought I
good at.
was Eddie Van Halen too. So that was like I could play Eruption all the way through without fucking anything up at one time. Probably can't
Well,
now, but
I can't never play none of that. I only play my own stuff. I can't even play anybody else's stuff. I don't even
well,
know
then nobody
chords.
can ever say you're playing it wrong.
Right, right. Well, I can make sounds
Well,
come out, and my friend says, "Wow, man, that sounds pretty good." And then he
hmm
tried to play it, and he can't play it the same way I play, and he plays chords and stuff, power chords and all that. But anyways,
well, when I was young, I mean that was who I was at that age where I was trying to model myself after Eddie Van Halen and all the rest of those guys, and you just got to be careful because like I've never had like a real guitar lesson. I'm completely self-taught. Like I know
right,
how to read music, but I play by ear.
okay,
I did, and with the way my hearing is now, learning new shit is hard. Sometimes I got to look it up, like with tablature. Um,
right,
if you want to learn how
right.
to play the people's stuff, you got to be careful whose tablature books you buy because some of them fuckers are full of shit. Like they show you how to play stuff wrong.
Yep,
But
yep.
that tablature is pretty easy to follow once you get in the rhythm of it, so to speak.
Right. Well, I know that, the mode that I like is what's that called? The White Rabbit. They did White Rabbit. Not
Hmm.
shit. Phrygian. Phrygian. I like Phrygian. You have
Yeah, I
Aeolian and Dorian
never
and
learned how to
all
play
that.
them. When I think of White Rabbit, I think of that scene in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas where the lawyer is in the bathtub and he's like, "Throw in the radio," and like, hey, yeah, that's funny.
Right. Ooh. Anyways, I'm gonna jump off, and I'll go back into the chat.
All
Vic,
right,
Vic,
Vic, appreciate you coming on, man.
All righty. Thank you so much for having me up.
All right, dude, stay naked.
yeah,
I
that looks
will.
that looks
I
cool,
will.
Vic.
Thank you.
That looked really cool.
Oh, so yeah. Let's see. I want to hear him plug it in though. You know,
Uh,
I'm just gonna. I didn't really want to talk about Dr. Jeff, but that's something else he's full of shit on. Like he's always talking about how he played guitar, with all these bands, but and like I've seen him have a guitar in his possession, but like he's never ever fucking played anything.
no, I've seen him on the banana panel with the guitar, but you didn't hear him.
Hmm.
But he's really good at headbanging, though.
No, he's not. He's not even good at that.
That's true.
I can't. I mean, I can't headbang anymore either because my neck's all fucked up. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But I'll tell you what he's really good at is pretending to be a catcher.
yeah. No, well, no, he's not really even good at pretending to be a catcher, if you ask me. But maybe I'm overly critical.
Oh no, you're being truthful, Yeah, you had a doxer and someone was doxing in the stream there.
Oh, did somebody get rid of him?
Yeah, I did.
All right, good. Thank
I
you.
went back into the chat and Barb told me.
Yeah, I can guess who it was too. We don't tolerate doxing here.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna dox Twomper, which if anybody wants all of his information, I'd be happy to give it to you. Entry. Section 15 says, let's have a duel with you and me and Bill and Dr. Banana. Hell. Section 15, I can tell you right now, you're gonna win that one because I am. Some days I can't play at all, but and yeah, I'm just not that good anymore. Um, I used to play a lot of live stuff on Instagram. I get all fucked up on booze and Ambien and God knows what else, and get on there and fucking play. Some of it I left up. Some of it's not that bad, but like the next day, I wouldn't even remember it. And people be DMing me, "Hey, I liked your show last night." I'm like, "What show?" "You were playing guitar." I'm like, "I was. Where?" "On
Oh, I forget.
Instagram." "Oh shit!" So I'd have to go look at it. Most of them I wound up deleting,
Oh man.
but yeah, we used to have a good time on there. I just don't do anything on Instagram anymore, live anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're opening up the borders so we could travel to America now and vice versa on the 30th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that'll make smuggling cocaine easier.
Yeah, that's right. I don't have to worry about that stupid thing anymore either.
Hmm. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. Ladies, cover your eyes.
Prepare to be 100% aroused.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
How you doing, Bill, TC?
Hey Gabe, how's
I'm
it
doing
going?
all right.
Good, good, good. Y'all talking about music?
Yep.
Nice. I like music.
Oh, shit. The porch light just came on. That means my mom's coming out here to spy on me. Hold on. Mom, I'm not talking about anything dirty in front of hundreds of people.
Tell her my name.
Well, that makes me happy.
Would you like to meet my friend Gabe?
Your friend Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe. Last
Is
name's
it really
Athhouse.
done?
Yeah, that's really my mom.
Oh man.
Ever say my name?
Yeah.
No, I'm not having her say your name, you dirty bastard. Oh, shit. She's going to hit me now. She really did teach me better than this.
Oh, I'm sorry to
Behave
hear that.
yourself.
What
Where
should you
did you
smack
go
you upside the
wrong?
head?
Behave yourself.
Did you guys hear that? She was talking to you, not me. You guys are corrupting me.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that, Bill. The
Stay
bad
in
influence on
school. Eat your spinach.
All right, Mom. They're saying very nice things.
you.
They are.
But yeah, they're quoting scripture right now, actually.
Yeah.
Allah.
She just rolled her eyes big time. I'm going to walk back into the shop.
Well, wish her a happy Rosh Hashanah.
Hold on a second. What'd you say, Mom?
I could quote some if you want somebody to quote some, but I don't. I think I'd be wasting it.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hide now.
I'll pray for you all.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
You're going to pray for your souls.
I feel like she wished all our Jewish fellas a happy Rosh Hashanah.
No.
See, and Bill, people say you don't have ladies in your life. That's proof right there that you do.
Did I have what?
A lady in your life.
Well, yeah, but oh shit, she's pointing at me. Hold on, guys, I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh. You're going to be
Shit.
grounded, Bill.
Yeah, let me get back over there.
Don't start behaving. I'm gonna give you a curfew.
Okay, I
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Serious.
I believe you, Mom. I do.
Just wait.
And we are.
Just wait till your father wakes
Oh
up.
shit!
Have him talk.
Uh-oh.
God.
Wait till Dad gets home. I'm out of here, guys. I'm going back to the woods. Oh shit!
Well, you're in
Well,
trouble now, Bill.
that just happened.
Did you at least get all your chores done?
Yeah, actually, I've been doing, been coming out here more because like, I knew that they're in rough shape sometimes, but I didn't realize how bad it was. So I've been coming out here more to like take care of their animals and fix their
Sure.
stuff, and that kind of thing.
It's like it's almost as if they own a home in one part of town and they let you and your Filipino wife stay in it for a period of time and then kick you out because you were such a deadbeat and you moved to a trailer, but you still go visit them every now and then. Hypothetically, I'm talking about.
Well, hypothetically, you nailed it. Except I don't even have a trailer. I'm just living out in the fucking woods, man.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically speaking.
And you have two teenagers. But instead of giving them each their room, you first let your deadbeat friend move in there, but then decide to make it an office.
Right. You're pretty close there too, because my dad let me. Hypothetically, my dad let me put an office in his house. Except my kids are old enough, and they all work and have productive lives and stuff. So
Well, that's good.
and my grandbaby is really when they're about 3 months old, they start to really develop a good personality, and he's a funny little bastard.
Oh, they're terrible. They call them the terrible twos. That once they get to 2 years old, I got 4 grandbabies. I got 2 girls at 2 and 2 sons at 5, and the twos are the worst.
Well, when my kids were going through the terrible twos, I got control of the as much as you can. I got control of them pretty quick, and I probably had it easier than most people. For whatever reason, my kids were good people. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah, mine too.
But yeah, like I could take them to the doctor's office and they would just be quiet and play, and I could take them anywhere. People would compliment me on how good my kids were.
Yeah, I'm the one that cries when I get a shot. They don't.
Yeah.
And then they don't even give me a lollipop or a SpongeBob Band-Aid anymore. They give me a shingles vaccine. They said, you're over 50, you get your ass a shingles vaccine. I go, I want a Tootsie Roll.
Well, did you get one?
Well, yeah, I bought one because I'm a grown-ass man.
Well, technically speaking, I guess.
But then my EBT card didn't work, hypothetically. So my husband, who was mean mugging somebody in the parking lot, hypothetically had to come in and use his EBT card to get me my lollipop, hypothetically.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, that would work. When my stepson, what was he, about, I don't know, 8 or 9? They thought he might have had spinal meningitis. That was a whole big thing, but he had to get that spinal tap done. Which, had I known they were going to do a spinal tap, I would have worn my spinal tap T-shirt. But I didn't think about it. We were in too big of a hurry running him to the emergency room. And so
yeah.
Anyway, he's my stepson, right? But I've been with his mom since he was like 8 or 9 months old, so I was his dad, really. And his deadbeat dad, his dad got better later on, but his deadbeat dad showed up at the hospital too, which really surprised us. And his mom and his deadbeat dad and I were all in the room together, and the nurse came in and she asked Adam, who he wanted to be in the room with him when they did the spinal tap, because it could only be one, and like we had to hold him and stuff to make sure he didn't move. And he picked me. And man, I'll tell you
Oh,
what,
that's
I
nice.
was on fucking that felt. I'm still bragging about that, you know.
I would have broke down crying, man. I've been so proud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really much of a crier when it comes to that kind of thing, but I tell you what could have made me cry was when they actually did spinal tap, because that shit looks like it hurts.
Oh, I bet.
And we had my job was to, like, he had to lean forward sitting on the table. He had to sit up and lean forward, and then my job was just to hold him and make sure he didn't move, because I mean they're putting a needle in your spine, you know. And
Yeah, they're turning it up to 11.
and that shit looks like it hurts. But he was a trooper, man. He just
Oh,
he didn't
that's
cry or anything. He just grabbed a hold of my, he dug his little fingernails into my arms, you know. But that was
Yeah, I
about
like
it.
that. I like that, man. That's a good story.
Yeah, it is.
And I was worried about my youngest son for a while, because he was always tough, you know, like he can take pain.
Scrapper.
Yeah,
Like,
but like
hypothetically, if he met somebody in a Taco Bell parking lot after a hastily arranged meetup, and then that guy chased him into the woods with a knife, he wouldn't fall on his ass and then cower in fear. Hypothetically.
hypothetically, no, hypothetically he wouldn't squeal like a little pig either. No, but he's real mellow though. Like he don't start shit, but like I've been teaching my kids things. Like all my kids could shoot from the time they were about 3, and I, you know, taught them like edged weapons and all that stuff. They haven't really kept up with it, but I taught them all that shit when they were growing up.
Yeah, that's smart. And, it's always good to have basic firearm safety skills. You don't need to be an expert marksman, but you need to know how to defend yourself.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that was always number one priority, was safety. You know, that's
Well, that's
I mean,
why
yeah.
this whole Alec Baldwin thing, never point a gun, whether you think it's real
Oh,
or not, at something you don't want to kill. That's the
that
basic
whole
thing you learn.
thing, that whole thing. Yeah, exactly. That, I mean, you treat every gun like it's loaded, even if you think it's not. You never point a weapon at anything you're not willing to destroy, and you never put your finger on the
Right,
trigger unless you're ready to shoot it.
right.
And
But he didn't
then
know purpose.
it went through like layers of safety people, and then to him, like they all fucking broke the rules. You know, the whole
Right,
thing
but
was so fucked
TC,
up.
even if he didn't pull the trigger as he claims he didn't, although I don't buy that, you never pointed at something you don't want to kill. That's the
Yeah,
basic rule.
yeah, it's common sense.
Yeah,
Right. You know,
yeah,
and
it's
people say,
common
"Oh, it
sense.
was a prop gun. It was a prop gun." All prop means is that it's property of the prop department.
Well,
It's still a
blanks
real
are
fucking gun, you
oftentimes
know.
real rounds
Yeah.
that they just hollow out and put, some like gunpowder
Well, I mean, blank. That's another thing. Blanks, like blanks, they're either crimped on the end or they have a wax wadding that goes in there.
They're still coming at you as
But
a
it's
high
flat on, like
projectile. Right.
it doesn't have a bullet in it, but it does have a wadding, and that by
Still
itself can kill you.
firing a projectile at you at a high rate of speed.
I mean, what I'm saying is blanks look totally different than real rounds. I mean,
Yeah.
the ones they make for Hollywood, like where they show them loading a gun, those look like real bullets, but they've got no charge in them. But the ones that have the charge in them don't really look like real bullets.
Right.
You know, they do. The back is totally like the real bullet. You know where the primer's at, but the front, they're either crimped or they're just a casing with no bullet in it, but they got a wax
Yeah.
plug in there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Plug
something.
it in, plug it in.
I mean, I don't know if that whole thing was set up, but man, with all of that,
Well, it
it really
sounds
sounds
like,
like it.
I remember at the time they said like a lot of the union crew were walked off over unsafe conditions, and they decided to continue on with the scab crew. So it was a tinderbox. Something was bad was going to happen.
Yeah, they were mixing. Like
Correct.
when I did the cowboy thing for a while, where I didn't get super into it, so I didn't have everything. But I just had like some cheap clothes
Right.
that looked authentic. You know what I mean? but I had the real guns and all that. And when we did those things, real bullets were not even allowed on that property. All
Right.
you could have
I mean,
was
yeah. Go ahead.
blanks and you know, like when they like somebody. I never did the horse thing. I'm not really into horses, but like when you're
Oh, how
galloping
they
on
like
a horse
shoot the
and
feet? Yeah.
they show, well, no, they show them shooting balloons from a horse. What that is, that's not a solid bullet. What that is actually nutshells, walnut
Right. It's like
shells that are crushed up, and then
how do
they're
they?
hot when they come out, and that it's the heat that pops the bullet. It's not the fucking.
Right. Like, what do they use to start a marathon race?
Those are just like 22 blanks most of the time.
Okay. All right. Well, so that would be like, let's say you're barely competent as a online predator catcher, and then you claim you're going to be a bounty hunter. You know, where you're dealing with real life felons who have done real life violent things, and then you went in there. You would be totally unprepared, hypothetically, of course, with
Yeah.
whatever you brought.
Well, that's the thing. Somebody went off on me because I brought that up, and I'm not a Tommy Haiti channel, but I didn't bring it up because it was
No, I
him.
know.
I brought it up because I've done that job. I've had that training, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck who it was. I would have said the same thing.
Right.
You fucking. It takes a
You're
long
dealing
time
with
to.
felons who don't want to go back to jail.
Some of them feel like they got nothing to lose, or really do have nothing to lose.
Right.
They would
They
just
do
as soon
not want
kill
to
you.
go back to jail. I've been in jail. It's not a good space to be.
Oh, especially if you're looking at 30 years. You know,
Right.
I've had knives pulled on me. I've had pretty much anything that can happen did happen to me.
Yeah.
And you can't. You gotta fuck it. It takes a while to get. I mean, there's no way to completely simulate fear and how you're gonna feel when that actually happens to you, because in the back of your mind, I mean, our instructors, like for the Krav Maga and the some of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, our instructors were actual Israelis. Oh, and by the way, if you ever take a Krav Maga class, check out your instructor, because there's a lot of fakes out there. The only way to be a
Oh
real
yeah.
Krav Maga instructor,
It's like a lie detector administrator.
the only way to be a real Krav Maga instructor is to actually go to Israel and get it done there. That's the only way to be it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
there's a lot of fake shit out there. They're like, oh, let's market this. You know, I don't know how much they charge, $180 a lesson, or we're going to teach women how to do this shit. And but the thing is, like, yeah, you can learn how to do it, but unless you do it repetitively and do it where there's actual rough physical contact, you ain't going to be able to do shit against somebody who knows what they're doing.
Oh yeah. Well,
So
because
there's a
if
lot
you
of
do it right repetitively, it's muscle memory. If you do it wrong, you're fucked.
right. And then like there's no way to really, you can get pretty close, but there's no way to really simulate fear. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, my instructors were fucking
They were
nasty
like,
people, man. They would. That's where I
oh
got
yeah.
most of my concussions from. Is from training. It wasn't from the actual fighting. It was from the fucking training.
So I believe it or not, I'm actually Jewish. One of my sons was born in Israel, and he had to serve in the Israeli military, as any men born there have to serve there. And he was there 4 or 5
Right.
years, and he was with some Mossad guys who they don't look that intimidating, but they could kill you in 14 seconds. My son's not like that, but he served with guys like that. And you're right, like those guys are like real fucking deals.
Yeah. That's the thing about Krav Maga. People say, oh well, nobody uses Krav Maga in MMA. Well, you can't,
Because
because
MMA is fake. Right.
that is, yeah. There's rules in MMA. There's no rules on the street. You know, like you can't punch somebody in the throat in MMA. You can't take your
Right.
thumb and jam into somebody's eye socket as deep as you can go. You
Right.
know, so there's, yeah.
You can't chop them up with a bandsaw,
Mm.
hypothetically.
That'd be funnier as shit. You see an MMA fighter come into the ring and they dragging a bandsaw in there with them. That'd be funnier, fuck. So yeah, I don't give a fuck who it is. You can't. You gotta, like, you don't have to be. I'm not a big guy. Even when I was putting on muscle, I was never a big guy. Tallest I ever was 5'11", which I don't think I'm that tall now because of my back damage. But
Right.
and the most I ever weighed was like 180. But like I have the metabolism of a ferret on crack. You know, I can eat whatever the fuck I want. I
Oh,
never
damn.
gain anybody. But
Damn.
So, but yeah, you don't have to be a real big guy, but you do have to have some technique, and you do have to be able to put fear aside. You know, I'm
Well,
not
that's
saying
why.
you're never scared, but you got to learn how to overcome it.
Well, that's why people who study Aikido are so successful because that's a defensive uh, martial art, and so people can come
Mm,
at you and you can counteract that or not.
Aikido is, I mean, it's good to know. It's a good thing to have, but if you're relying solely on Aikido to save you in a fight, you're out of luck.
Right, right, right.
I
It's a stall
mean,
tactic mainly.
Steven Seagal has been called out as a phony many
Well,
times. I mean,
he's a bullshit artist. So
he
he's a
really knows
bullshit.
Aikido, but
Yeah, but
that
he's a
that
bullshit artist.
that art, yeah, he is.
Right.
That art by itself. I mean, if you're up against just a drunk at a bar that doesn't really know how to fight, yeah, you're gonna be okay. But if you come up against somebody that knows what they're doing or halfway knows what they're doing, that Aikido by itself, I'm not saying it's not a good thing to learn. I'm just saying that by itself
But if you're
isn't.
attacked running or jogging, like it can help you. That's what it's good for.
Oh yeah, I don't have Nightbot here to my cocaine people. If you want the link, I'll throw it out there.
Wait, what's cocaine?
Well, usually in other people's streams, the link to my channel here is Command Cocaine.
Oh,
But like I don't have Nightbot, so.
I can't be anywhere near cocaine. I get 10 years.
Oh shit, yeah, you don't want to do that. I'm not advising anybody to do cocaine because I'm not sharing, but
I still live in a three strikes state.
So you gotta learn how to share it.
yeah, no, fuck that.
Sharing is caring, they say, right?
I sure as hell wouldn't share in this community because like half of us are recovering. Well, most of you are recovering addicts. I'm an active addict, and I'm not gonna be that guy that fucking makes you slip, that lets you slip. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be that guy.
Well, thank God I never really got into drugs, but I'm an alcoholic. You know the difference between a drunk and an alcoholic. I'm actually drunk. The drunks don't have to go to fucking meetings.
That's something like I've never had a drug charge. I've never had a DUI. I don't know how I never had anything like that, but I
You
mean
got lucky there, bro.
some of it was because like I never had to steal and shit to support my habits. I made really really good money.
But I
But
don't
the
know if
thing,
you're from the same era, Bill, but also when I was growing up, when I was in my formative years, if you got a DUI and you were in a small town and the cops knew, they say, hey, I'll follow you home or I'll drive you
yeah,
home. And you got lucky
yeah,
that way.
yeah. It kind of used to be that way here. Like I had my friends and I got caught. When I was that young, I wouldn't even touch alcohol. I mean, you guys know how my mom is. I was brought up to like they taught me to believe that people that smoked pot were bad people.
Oh,
I
wow.
was probably 19 before I realized that that wasn't the case. I was brought up in the Nancy Reagan era of,
Just say
this
no.
is your this is your brain.
Yeah.
I didn't get into drugs until, I mean, I'm not saying that I never dabbled with shit. Like maybe twice a year I'd get like some Vicodin or whatever,
Yeah.
um, just to fuck with, because that shit made me hyper. It doesn't affect me at all now, but that shit made me hyper as fuck when I would take it. Um, but I didn't really get into drugs until after I got hurt, and the doctors put me on OxyContin. That
Yeah,
shit.
that's how a lot of people get hooked nowadays. It's so tragic. That's the fentanyl now. First they start with OxyContin, then it gets too expensive, and then they get stuff on the streets, and it's really unfortunately a bad cycle that a lot of people get caught in.
Hmm.
Phil, you did it to numb the pain, though, right?
No fault of their own.
Right. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Terrence?
You did it to numb the pain, though, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's not his fault.
I had to work. I didn't want to go on disability, and I'm still not getting disability.
Mm.
But like I wanted to work. I had to work. I had more than one job. I had to quit, but I had been a steel worker for 20 years, and plus I was doing the bail bonds thing and the fugitive. I was doing all that shit at once,
Yeah,
and then it just I got
hard
hurt
physically on you.
I got hurt in '04, and I went all the way until 2012 before I just couldn't do it anymore. part of it was the
Damn.
drugs catching up to me, and part of it was just I couldn't fucking move, you know?
And unfortunately, the problem is your back. That's the one thing that once you fuck up, there's nothing, there's no surgery, there's nothing that can fix it back.
Right. They said I was not a candidate for surgery, so I'm not, because of where the damage and
Well,
the
even
extent
so,
of the
like
damage.
surgeries
And
don't fix backs that well.
no, most people I know, they that have had back surgery, either it doesn't help or they actually come out worse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I was in physical therapy off and on for like 2 years, and most of it wasn't worth a fuck. But they put me in occupational therapy for like 4 months,
Yeah.
and it was just like a regular job. It was an 8 hour thing. You had to show up on time. Like I don't really know what they would have. What are they gonna do? Fucking fire me if I wasn't on time?
Well, here's my thing with physical therapy is unless you go through one that's like through your hospital or through your insurance, most of them are scams because their best interest is not you getting better. It's you coming back next week, right?
Mm-hmm. You're probably right, Tatiana. I'd like to check that out sometime.
Bill, I'm
But
not sure.
anyway, I was on Vicodin for 2 years, and I'll tell the whole story, Terrence, on your panel because I still owe you. But
Okay.
like I was on Vicodin for 2 years, and I didn't lose control of that. Like I was worried about it because the
Well, you
factory I
can
worked
function
at,
on that.
the steel
Yeah.
factory, like those motherfuckers would take that shit by the handful, like several times a day, and like I don't know how they had any livers left because when people overdose on Vicodin, that's why they changed it to Norco. They cut down the
Right,
Tylenol.
right.
It's not the narcotic that kills them. It's the fucking Tylenol.
Acetaminophen, yeah.
And so yeah, and like for 2 years I was on Vicodin, and
But you
the
can
last
function
prescription
on
I had
that.
for that was for 6 a day, but I was only taking like 3 to 4 a day, and I thought I was doing good. So I had this huge fucking stockpile, right? Huge stockpile piles of Vicodin, like it all on my go packs. Like I had it stashed everywhere. And
Yeah.
I went to a different doctor, and he said, you're taking too much Tylenol, and I didn't want to tell him that I wasn't taking all of those, right? And
Right. You want them to keep
so
prescribing.
anyway, yeah. Well, I mean, like I was taking them, just not that much, because I wanted to keep stockpiling. That way, if some shit happens, I got 6 months worth of fucking pill stocked
No,
up.
I hear you.
And so anyway, this new doctor says, well, you're taking all this Tylenol, it's gonna fuck up your liver, so we're gonna switch you to OxyContin. I mean, I knew what this shit was, but and in the back of my mind,
What year was this roughly? 'Cause
everybody knew this was in that would have been 2006 about.
okay, because when did they start cracking down on that really hard? Like 2012, 20. They really started coming down
really
on
hard,
doctors
really hard.
overprescribing.
They started coming down on really. They changed the law in Indiana in 2018, I think.
Okay, because in some other
But
states it was like
anyway,
2014. Yeah.
This new doctor says you're taking too much Tylenol. I want to switch you to OxyContin, which I knew that OxyContin was oxycodone, just time released, and I knew people were hooked on fucking Percocets, which is also oxycodone, right? I
Yeah,
knew all this.
Hypothetically,
And
I know somebody that might be on that right now. Hypothetically.
and yeah, so anyway, this new doctor, he's like, here's an OxyContin or whatever. And I did question it, and he's like, no, they're time release, so they're not as addictive. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, it's still going in you, so how can it not be as, you know what I mean? But I figured this guy
Well,
went to
and
medical school. I
to
didn't.
your point though, everybody's body is different. So if it might be time released in my fat ass, but not your skinny 5'11" wet ass, you know?
Well, that's true. Like I said, my metabolism is like a squirrel on crack. It just fucking and like I have a natural resistance. Like even if it's something I've never had before, I take something
Right.
that somebody else might, like my same build took. It does not affect me. Like they'll be drilling all over the place, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm like, I don't even fucking feel
Right.
this shit. So I have a
Right.
natural whatever. I just don't
High
process shit.
tolerance.
So I mean, I'm cutting a lot out. I'll save it for Terrence's stream because whatever. But by the time it was all said and done, I like I said, I controlled Vicodin for 2 years and was okay. I could skip days and it didn't bother me. But I lost. It didn't take long, and I lost control with that OxyContin. And by the end of the day, here's part of why I never had any drug charges is because I did it. There's no safe way to buy drugs off the street, but the way I did it was
Right.
safer. Like I found people who, and that's a whole other long story, but I found people who were getting OxyContin prescriptions every month, and I would go to them, and like they'd be selling like 4 or 5 at a time or whatever,
But
and
isn't that
I'd go
at
to
a
them and
premium? I mean, how much were you spending, would you say, roughly?
I figured that my friend and I figured that up one time, and like my last year when I was heavy on it that bad, I spent $80,000
Holy
just
shit.
on
That's
pills, man.
that's more than most people make in a year.
Well, that's part of why my addiction got so out of control. I didn't have to go out and steal and get arrested for burglary. I could just buy it, and I didn't have to worry about that shit. That's why I never
Wow.
had any drug charges.
Well,
I
can
would
I
just
ask
I would
you?
just go to people. I would just go to people and say, "Hey, I'll buy your entire month's prescription. That way, you don't have to worry about." And I was a
Right,
scumbag too, but I'd say
right.
you don't have
No.
to worry about selling to all these fucking scumbags that are going to rat you out. I will never rat you out, which I never would have.
So can
And
I ask you? This fascinates me. Can I ask you what quality of life were you living outside of that? If you were spending 80 grand a month on or a year on
I
that,
was still doing good. I was still doing good.
wow, wow.
I was a high functioning addict for a long time. Like I said, I didn't really get hooked on this shit until 2006, and it didn't take
Yeah.
long after I started the oxys where before I knew it,
So
I was taking 1,000 milligrams a day at least of oxys
damn.
plus
So what
Vicodin
was rock?
plus Xanax plus fucking Klonopin plus Halcyon plus blah 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 blah. It just fucking kept going.
So what was rock bottom? What was the precipice to make you say, "All right, I have a problem"?
Well, no, I knew I had a problem. I just thought I had it under control. And like that whole time, people like I asked people later because I'm not clean now, but I was
Right, but you're
completely
not
clean for
fucked
about two
up.
years. And yeah, I'm not near the scale that I used to be. But I would ask people, I'd be like, could you guys really tell? And they would say, well, we thought something was up, but we just didn't know that it was that or that it was that bad.
Right. Well, it's like me.
So
I'm a functioning alcoholic, so people know something's fucked up. People know that I drink a lot, but they're also like, well, maybe, it's just because he works hard, that sort of thing. But to your point, it's like, looking at it as an exterior lens, I'm the one that's in the bubble.
yeah, that's the thing. Realizing you have I knew I had a problem. I knew that spending eighty
Right.
thousand dollars a year was a problem.
Right.
I knew that
That's
dealing with
more than a
shady
lot of
people
people
was a
make every
problem.
year.
You know.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Well, like I said, I made really good money.
Yeah.
I made pretty decent money as a steel worker, but I made really good money as a bondsman, and it was easy money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you break it down by the hour, okay, say $10,000. $10,000 is was an average unless you had multiples. $10,000 bond was an average bond for like a
That's
DUI
your
in my main county.
DUI, breaking and entering, no weapons, that
No,
sort of thing. Yeah.
breaking and entering was higher.
Oh, really? All right.
But so $10,000, right? They have to have 10%, which means they give me $1,000, and of that grand, I had to split it with the insurance company, the home office, and the insurance company. I kept half, and they kept half, and it would take less than an hour to write a bond. So I had a busy weekend, and I'm making $500 an hour. That's pretty fucking good, It's not like I was doing it for 8 hours a day,
Right.
And then when I had bounties, that fluctuated too, depending on how bad the bondsman wanted them and how much their bond was.
So how did it work? Was it
So
like Uber? You could just pick one up when you wanted one, or
yeah, pretty much. Are you talking about writing bonds or chasing
writing?
people? Oh well, writing was they would call the home office, but my house was okay. When I first got hired on there, they had an actual office in town, and but we were hardly ever there. And so since I lived in that same town, I said, why don't you guys shut this office down and just give me half of whatever you're paying for rent here, and I'll have the
Yeah.
office at my
Yeah.
house. And all it was a phone line and a safe. That was it. The phone line and a safe is all you needed. So
Damn.
they put the phone line in my house and brought the safe to my house. The only thing I didn't like about that was, like let's say somebody, okay, invaders were the local biker group gangs were
Right.
in my area.
Hell's Angels
And
or whatever.
they're 1%ers. They're not as known as the Hells Angels and the Outlaws, but they are 1%. gang.
Right.
And most bondsmen wouldn't deal with them because they were afraid they were going to run. But what I did, and I don't know why the other bondsmen didn't think about this, or the other companies, is I went to them, and because they called us, they're like, hey, nobody will get us out, whatever. And I ride by, I ride motorcycles, I love Harleys. And so I'm like, hey, dude, if you guys, okay, this one dude, the first one had $100,000 bond, right? And everybody, he was high risk because if a biker disappears and they got a whole network across the country and into Canada,
Right.
if we do find them, it's going to be a war. And
Right.
I got a story about that too. But so anyway, this dude's bond, but I forget what all it was. It was something to do with guns or whatever. But anyway, he had $100,000 bond, which meant that he had to give me 10,000 to get out of jail. Plus, we had, because he's high risk, we had to have all that in collateral. And I didn't want to fuck around with fucking people putting up house trailers and shit, which I did do some of that, but I'm gonna leave that out. But anyway,
yeah, it's
I said,
dirty.
you guys bring me $100,000 in cash. I will hang on to it. When he goes to court, I give him his money back. And that's exactly what happened. So like I had to store that $100,000. That happened on a Saturday evening. So I had to have that $100,000 in cash in my house until the bank
Till
opened
he
up.
sees a
And
judge too, right?
no. That 100,000 was just for collateral.
Oh,
And I didn't want to be responsible for it. So I had to take it to the bank and deposit it into the company account. So that meant, and I was sitting up with my AR-15 and my shotgun and everything, and I sent the family to her mom's house because I didn't want it. Like they know where this cash is gonna be. They know where the fuck
right.
I live.
Right.
And if they wanted it back and wanted to pull some shady shit, you know what I mean? So
I hear you.
and they brought it to me in paper grocery bags of all things. And then I
Yeah.
had to, like we have those pens where you write on it, make sure it's real. And I
Right.
just spot checked them. I didn't check every one, but took it to the bank and had them count it with their counter. It was all correct.
Right.
So yeah, I had to watch that 100 grand that wasn't my money all weekend. You know what I mean? And I didn't like
Well,
that
yeah.
part.
You know, when I was an attorney before I was disbarred, I had a biker gang similar to Hell's Angels. They're the best process servers. They're the best people to deliver checks. They're the best people to deliver things because they know the ins and outs of the cities, and they know they don't take no shit from nobody, and they're intimidating, and they know how to do things legitimately, like any good gang, or they know how to do things convincingly. I'll say, so I trusted them and I used them a lot.
That's the thing. And yeah, you don't want to piss off a 1%er, but they're the same kind of cross section as any other part of society. Most of them
Right.
are decent human beings that will treat you right if you treat them right. But if you
Right.
cross a line, they're going to be the first ones that will fuck you up.
100%, and rightfully so.
And I forget what they called me, a friend of the club. I don't remember what they called me now, but
Right.
anyway, their lawyer and me, they're like, hey, like if they were doing, like, my license was only good to write bail in Indiana. I could chase fugitives across state lines, but I couldn't write bail across state lines. But like when they had big poker runs in Indiana, they wanted
Oh yeah.
their lawyer and their bondsman with them, and we both had bikes, so we had to ride all the way in the back, but we were like, fuck it, well, fuck yeah, I'll go. And they were like, hey, if some shit happens, you guys just disappear because we don't want you in jail too, because we need you on the outside to get us out. So I got to ride with them for a little bit. And in Indiana, we have a thing called the oh shit, what's it called? Okay, Indiana people help me out. That big biker rally down in southern Indiana every year. It's like Sturgis but smaller. Bean Blossom Festival, I think is what it's called. I think it's called Bean Blossom, but it's like a Sturgis rally, except it's just not as big. But I went down there with them for a couple of years, and it was pretty cool. See some wild, fucked up shit down there, I tell you. And I hypothetically, I might have took part in some of it.
Yeah, Indiana's a wild state.
Yeah, it can be if you know where to go, and
I
I happen
have
to know where to go.
friends who went to Purdue, so I was in West Lafayette a lot, and that's a
Oh,
real
really?
cool town. Yep, Yep.
I
Real cool
I'm
town.
only about I'm not too far from there. That used to be part of my old stomping grounds. Like I used to party down at Purdue all the time.
Oh yeah, me too. I had a lot of friends that went to Purdue. So
Hell, man, you and me might have fucked already and don't know it.
probably. I guess that's why they call you old Boilermaker Bill, right?
Right on, man. That when I was partying down there, that would have been like early to mid '90s.
Sure.
I don't remember the years exactly, but I was a young man, no kids or nothing. I was closer to college. Well, I was college kids age at the time, but um, I don't know why, but for some reason it was a big thing for the girls down there to chew tobacco, and
Yeah,
it
that's
was
right.
gross, man. I mean, I smoke cigarettes, but I can't chewing tobacco. Nah, not my thing.
That's nasty.
All right. Well,
But
hey, it was nice chatting with you guys. I appreciate the open, honest, candid, transparent conversation. But I gotta
hypothetically, yes.
hypothetically, yeah, I got to go drink some more bourbon and pass out. So good to see you as always, guys.
Have a
All
good
right,
one,
Gabe.
Gabe.
Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
And
love you guys. No homo.
I love you too, full homo.
Mo homo.
But all right, man. Stay naked.
Yeah, bye, guys.
You're talking about women chewing tobacco.
Yeah, for whatever reason down at Purdue at that time, it was a thing for the girls to chew tobacco. I don't ask me why, but
Oh, that's
it
so
was a
gross.
thing, and like I'd be hooking up, and yeah, not good, you know.
Oh, it's so gross. And then when they spit it out, oh,
Yeah, it's I don't know why it was a thing, but it was a thing. It was yeah. I mean, I smoke cigarettes, which is disgusting too, but
yeah.
there's just something about kissing a girl that like she's got that brown shit stuck in her teeth. You know what I mean? It's just
Oh, it's so
yeah,
gross. Ew. I
not
remember
good.
baseball players would used to chew tobacco all the time, and then
Hmm.
they spit it out, and it was just being like just giant spits of it.
Yeah, I just never could get into chewing. Like a couple times, when I ran out of cigarettes, Wolfpack. I have been a decoy. I used to decoy for No Games for Weirdos and a little bit for PCI. So yeah, I've done that. I've been a 14-year. It's been a long time since I was a 14-year-old girl, so I had a hard time getting into it, but I got into it. But anyway, what was I saying, Terrence?
Oh, about the tobacco there, the smoking.
Oh yeah, a couple times, like when I run out of cigarettes, like out in the woods or whatever, I'd be like, man, I'm dying for a cigarette, and people would happen to have chewing tobacco, and here, try this, and I'd be like, nah, 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 and do that for like a couple of hours, and then finally get desperate enough, I'd try it. Didn't keep it in my mouth long, just long enough to stop my nicotine cravings, and I was done.
Yeah, like both my parents got into smoking, and my dad quit like several years ago, but then he got diagnosed with COPD.
Hmm.
So it caught up to him.
Yeah, I think I got something. Actually, I know I got something going on with my lungs, but I don't want to know what.
Mm, I hope it's nothing serious.
I don't give a fuck. Like, if I ever find out I got cancer or something, I'm not taking any treatment. Fuck that.
Mm. And my mom's got that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm like I saw my grandfather, my mom's dad, what he went through with lung
Yeah.
cancer. Yeah, fuck that. Ain't doing it.
Well, my mom's got different. It's in her stomach.
Mm.
So I'm seeing like she's like 75 pounds. So yeah, both my parents aren't well.
It's not good, man. I'm sorry.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It's the only family I have. You know.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I'm close to my parents, and yeah, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but like there's been time, but both of them at different times, like we thought we were gonna lose them, and I was out of my mind,
Yeah.
A few years ago, my dad was in a coma for 3 days, and what I told everybody is he wasn't really in a coma. He just got really good at ignoring my mom. But that was just like I'm the asshole that makes people laugh at funerals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just how I deal with shit like that on the outside.
The same here. You know, it's like it's a mechanism that we do.
Hmm. You know, I mean, I was saying shit like that, and then like my brother just doesn't want anything to do with any of the family. I don't know why. He used to live with me. I used to rent a room to him. We were close, man. We would go out and drink and get fucked up every weekend. He got fucked up drunk every day, but like at that time I was only drinking on the weekends.
Yeah.
Um like if I had to work the next day, I just wouldn't drink.
Mm.
But like we were close and all of a sudden I don't know what the deal is. My brother doesn't anyway, he was down there. And you know, like I told him that exactly that. I'm like, yeah, dad's not really in a coma. He's just gotten really good at ignoring mom, you know. And that's just how I fucking deal with shit like that. You know what I mean? I try to stay light on the outside.
Yeah.
And
It
then
means.
like
Oh, go ahead.
my brother was like, "Oh, he don't care about them. He don't, fuck you." So
Mm.
yeah. Kim. Oh, Kim was all right. I'm sorry, I've been watching the chat. Yeah, I'll throw it up there.
I'm not sure if you caught what I said on Brian's panel earlier tonight. I DM'd David, not DM York, asked him if he wants to be on Ed's panel next time.
Hmm.
Because
I
I
would
sent
love
him
to
the link.
call that. I
Oh, go
would love
ahead.
to call that motherfucker out publicly. Dude, I was already dealing with some shit that night when he was calling Cat Eyes a cunt and all that. Like, yeah, or not Cat. I'm sorry. Calling
Jen.
Gen A, all that kind of like. Yeah, Gen A is a miserable little bitty, but like you don't fucking talk to a woman like that.
No, you
I
don't.
was pissed, man. I was already in a mood over something else, and it set me off.
Yeah, same here. Like, it was very disrespectful on his part.
Did I take your wrench, Gabe? No, I did. If I did, it was an accident, and I'll fix it.
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Well, if you don't want to go on Ed's, which would be understandable, tell him he can come on here. Like I'm not gonna like make it happen. I don't want him on here, but I will do it to call his ass out.
I don't blame you, you know. Yeah, because I
Gabe, I'm
sent
not
him.
sure I had you wrenched. I don't know, but no, I didn't take it.
Yeah, I sent him a link to Ed's video too.
Hey, what's going on, Webb?
Hey, Web.
Hello.
Yes, Julie, we do need a female up here.
I am driving.
I tried to get Julie up here earlier.
Oh shit, hold on. This is really
Yeah,
weird.
she's been up here a couple times.
Yeah, I told her we need a woman up here.
Webb, you're really hard to hear, man.
Hold on, give me a second. My headphone is connected to my other phone, which is playing you on YouTube, and there's a delay. It's driving me nuts. Technical difficulties. 1 second.
All right. Well, part of your problem is I'm sure you're not naked.
Alright,
So
I just gotta
fix
Alright, be back.
fix that clothing problem you have and try it again.
Where's Bluetooth? There we go.
Yeah, I tried to get Julie up here earlier, and she said no.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, wrestler's mom.
It's
See if he'll come on up here. Just tell him I want to clear the air. Don't say I'm going to call his ass out.
Who's coming up here?
Tell you what, though, man, I would do about anything for wrestler's mom. She's another one.
I don't blame you, Bill.
Okay, Webb, try it again, Webb.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, that's so much better. That was so weird. My headphones were connected to my other phone, and it was playing in YouTube, so I thought I was talking to you, but I wasn't.
Well, you were. We just couldn't hear you. And part of your problem is I know you're wearing clothes, man. Take them fucking clothes off if you're going to be on my panel.
Oh, man. Dude, I'm driving through Georgia, too. Imagine if I got pulled over.
All right, boy.
How
Got
do
to
you
pat you
explain that?
down. Got to pat you down nice and slow, like, you know.
Oh, man. Well, I might get my clothes blown off of me, though, down in Florida here in a few hours, so we'll see.
Right on, man. So what's been going on?
Well, my godmother is living on a lake, a massive lake, which is like in Pinellas County, Florida, where they're getting a direct hit. And
Oh yeah.
she's like 73. She can't drive long distances because of her eyes. And she doesn't have any family that lives in Pinellas County anymore. They all moved to either St. Louis or the east coast of Florida. And basically, I told her, I was like, I'll pick you up and I'll drive you to wherever you need to go. Because, obviously, anything over an hour drive, the taxi is going to be outrageous, or Uber or whatever. But anyways, yeah, I'm just going to make sure that she gets to somewhere safe, and then I'm just going to dick around and drive around through the middle of the hurricane and film shit.
Oh, awesome.
A little bit of
I'm
unofficial
that kind
storm
of idiot
chase.
too.
Yeah, my only concern at first was like, oh, well, what if my car, like, gets hit by some flying debris or gets destroyed? And then I was like, well, wait a minute. We're already having a bunch of issues with it, and full coverage insurance. So, not
Yeah,
gonna.
but that don't cover your ass though.
I don't know. They said it would pay my car off. Maybe because I don't owe as much on it anymore, but I don't know. But I'm not gonna obviously try and do anything to my car. But I mean, if it happens, it happens. I get
Right, but who gives a fuck about a material possession? I'm talking about like, dude, if you're gonna have your ass creamed doing this, at least be filming at that point so we can all watch it. And like we can sell it to World Star and shit. Like, hey man, check this catcher out. He got fucking killed by a hurricane.
a stop sign out of all things.
Mhm.
The irony.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going to be going anywhere like crazy dangerous. Like I'm staying out of storm surge areas or well-known flooders. The good news is I'm from there. I grew up there, so I know all the areas pretty much. So I know like what zones to stay out of during the storm.
All right, good.
But yeah, I'll film the whole thing. Well, as much of it as I can, anyways. I don't know if I can live stream the whole thing. It depends on phone service. I'm assuming if the power goes down, cell signal goes down too, right?
Not right away because they have their own like they have these big, most of them anyway have these big ass batteries hooked into them. So when the power goes out, you don't necessarily lose your cell service.
What about
Internet and cell service are on two different signals. So sometimes you lose your internet, but not your actual.
phone?
You can still
Yeah,
make calls and shit.
well, that's cool. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I know, like with T-Mobile, not so much AT&T, but with T-Mobile, if it's like super cloudy out, I have really shitty phone service. So I'm guessing,
T-Mobile is always shitty, man.
true, but I'm guessing like a hurricane is going to be like, create a lot of disruption with the clouds and everything. But I don't know. That's my biggest thing. I'll be kind of pissed if I can't live stream through the worst of the storm. But at least check it out in the daylight. The next day after, see what the damage is.
Yeah. I mean, also, you said you're going there to help your mom. Is that what you said?
No, my godmother, she helped raise
Okay.
me on my dad's side. Yeah, her and my dad
Well, I
don't
mean,
talk as much anymore.
I'll give you credit for that, man. Most people will have some kind of fucking excuse, or whatever.
No,
But
dude,
yeah,
I was like, hurricane and help somebody out. I was like, fuck yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
most people won't help you change a fucking tire. You know what I mean?
It's not, but I mean, as much as I drive, it's not that big of a deal for me to go from North Carolina to Florida.
Right.
It's actually the same distance from there as it would be for me to go to Atlantic City to where I'm staying, North Carolina. So it's not too bad, but yeah, I'll have fun doing it. I'm kind of bummed out though. There's Kava Kratom places that Donovan works at. There's one that's open 365 days a year, that they never close for anything, and in the past they've never even closed during hurricanes or tropical storms. And this one they're going to be closed, unfortunately. Thought I'd have a place to hang out at, but I mean it makes sense. It's going to be a direct hit, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Donnie, you know, fuck you, Donnie. He's caught up in that. Like, he's in the evacuation zone, but like he's just gonna stick it
Oh,
out.
yeah, he said that on my stream earlier. He said he has his boat with him though, so I mean, at least you have a boat outside. You know, if it floods, hop in the boat and boat to safety, I
Well,
guess.
theoretically, yeah, but like if it floods and the hurricane's still going on, you don't want to be in a little boat, man. So, or any boat for that
Um,
matter.
I'm gonna see tomorrow if there is a kayak rental place, because there's a couple of them that are mom and pop type places that you can go rent kayaks for the day. I might go rent myself a kayak just to put on the roof of my car in case I get into a shitty situation where,
Well,
it floods and my car stalls out. Then I'll have like a kayak I can, get the dry land or something. I don't know. I don't know how
yeah,
much you'd be
it's
able to
it's
do in a
better than not
hurricane, though.
having the option, but I would bet they're probably all rented out by now. But yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
better to
true.
have the option than not have it. Tell you what,
It's
dude,
gonna be
just make
crazy.
if you can even find them right now, just get you a good flotation vest because how many videos have you seen where people are clinging onto their cars because they got caught in a flash flood? And I mean, they're if nobody
Yeah,
rescues them, they're just done. So I mean, that would be worth having.
yeah, that's true. I can get one of those actually at a dive shop. Um, some of them around. I actually, know what would be an even better idea is if I go rent myself some dive gear since I'm scuba certified. I'm pretty sure no one, they probably wouldn't be sold out of that scuba gear.
Well, probably not. You said you're
Because you
certified.
get
I'm
a,
certified too.
yeah, I
Because
mean, I
yeah,
haven't
if you
gone
don't know how to,
diving in a few years, but
well, it's been a long time for me too. But like, if you don't know how to use that shit, you're gonna end up killing yourself anyway.
oh, I know how to use it. I got
But
certified when I was 16, and as you know, like you're certified for life. I mean, if you don't go diving for a while, you got to do like a refresher course,
right.
but it's not mandatory. But yeah, with BC, I mean that works as a life vest as well. And if you get in a situation where it's too windy or the water's too choppy, you can still breathe.
Well, if you have to, just get those little floaties that you put on your little kids' arms. Just get a
Oh,
shitload of
there we
them
go.
and tie around you.
There we
Yeah,
go.
just get you some
I
floaties and some
got you.
paracord, man. You'll be good.
Yeah, that's it. That and some weed. Ugh. But yeah, it should be interesting. They're saying right now. Let me look at the weather. I got a really good weather app. It costs $9.99 a month, but you probably know about it. I think it's called
Hmm.
Chime. Is it Chime or Climb? I don't know.
I
But
I don't know.
by the time it's supposed to hit, it's supposed to be either a Cat 4, major Cat 3, or a Cat 4. So the wind is either going to be 150 miles per hour, or it's going to be 160 miles an hour. So not much of a difference.
Wow, it's gonna fuck you up either way.
It's going to be a direct hit. Yeah, I'm kind of smart though when it comes to hurricanes because I've been through so many of them. I mean, not direct hits, of course. Tampa's been fortunate, but we've had a lot of them where, they graze us, and you just got to find high ground and shelter places. So, like, Tampa and St. Pete has an abundance of parking garages, and most of them are open. So, and I'm pretty sure during the storm, I'll be able to find one that people are parking their cars in. So, if I could find myself a parking garage during like the worst of it, I should be good.
Yeah.
Go up a few floors high, and you got a ceiling, and it'll be extra windy in there, but you don't have to worry
Well,
about like
let
anything.
me ask you this: since you're from Florida, have you ever made love to a black man?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. No, I don't think
You,
so. Not
you
that I
don't
can
know.
remember, anyways.
I don't really remember that.
Not that I
That's
can remember. At one point in time at
well. I
band
tell
camp,
you
but
what, man. If the dude's got $13.86 in his pocket, that can be yours. You know what I mean? You just got to play the cards right.
$20. If that's saying $20 is $20.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Here we go, bro.
Well,
Hey, what's up, Julie Jade?
Hi, babe.
well,
Hey,
What's
Julie.
going on?
Hi, Terrence. I came up. I came up just for you.
Thanks, Julie.
And I love Bill too, so
Hey, everybody loves me except for like 90% of the community.
except for everybody. Except for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Oh no, I got some real haters and enemies out there. Trust me on that one.
No, we all love Bill.
I love him too.
I think we all do. We all have haters. Even if you're not confrontational, you have haters.
Well, I mean, I'm confrontational. Everybody here knows what I'm known for, so you're going to make enemies when you know.
That's true.
And I don't have a magic wand where I just wave it and kick people out of the community. Most of this shit you guys never hear about because that's how I like to do it. When the stuff gets brought out in the public, it actually makes it harder because
Like the
that's my leverage. Like if I know shit about somebody that they don't want other people to know, I just go to them like, hey, dude, you can either cut the shit or this is going to get out there. But if it's already out there, that doesn't work. You know what you know what I mean?
kind of like the Miranda
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she
true.
she tried to sick me on people and it didn't work out because I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I haven't logged. I'm gonna be honest. I have not logged a dive since I was a kid and we went to Cozumel, Mexico. All the other dives I've done in between now and then were spring water dives where I guess like 40 feet deep or whatever. But I didn't log those.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
log.
Rainbow River, Three Sisters. I haven't done a saltwater dive since I was a kid. I mean, I just
I
did it
didn't
to
log
kind of.
most of mine either.
Yeah, I think the only time you want to log that is if you're really pursuing like a career in doing it, or you do it a lot and you go to places that require you, I guess, to have a certain amount of hours of dive experience or whatever. But I'll never do cave diving. I know that much. I've heard too many horror stories, and I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah, that was part of why I started learning how to dive because that's what I didn't do much spelunking because I just you start working all the time and you just don't have time for it. But that's why I
Yeah,
started to learn. Like I was only certified uh, patty certified, so I couldn't go. I mean, anything deeper than that, you start having to mix gases and all that kind of stuff, which I would have
oh
liked to
yeah,
have learned how, but I just didn't have time.
yeah. I never had any interest in going super deep. Anyways, that's why I like doing freshwater dives in springs
Yeah.
because you could see.
Think about what you just said in my juvenile sense of humor.
What?
From what I've heard, Cam, you can't go deep.
Oh my gosh! Oh no! I set myself up for that one.
Yeah, you sure did, buddy.
Nice one, Bill.
Yeah. Well, another thing with diving though is it can be very expensive. So like once I outgrew my gear that I had when I was a kid and I got fat, I just haven't ever bought new dive gear since
Well,
then.
fuck, man. All you need is a
So I just
G-string and an
wanna-
oxygen tank.
Yeah, there you go. But, I mean, you don't need I don't think
You
I've
don't.
wore a wetsuit in forever. Oh gosh, I just opened myself up again for something.
You sure did.
And again.
No, I did. I did own my own wetsuit because I didn't want my junk where somebody else's junk go. You know what I mean? So I did have my own wetsuit, but I always rented all the other shit.
Well, the good news is that I don't know if you have any springs by where you live, but they stay the same temperature all year round. So in the wintertime, if you go to the springs, it feels like a jacuzzi.
Yeah, we do have natural springs around here.
Yeah, ever since there was a saltwater dive that we did in Cozumel, Mexico, and I remember I came around this reef or whatever, and there was this giant eel just like right in my face when I turned the corner, and that shit
Mm.
traumatized me.
I see.
Also,
I've never
that
been
fire
around where
forest
there
I
were
did.
eels.
The what?
I've never been around where there are eels. Like I've never done any saltwater diving at all. All my stuff was like in gravel pits and rivers and a little bit of caves, but we just don't have
Yeah.
saltwater around here.
Yeah, saltwater
Uh,
diving's good if you're with like an instructor, or not an instructor, like a tour guide. Um, like when you're with a group, because it's very dangerous.
hmm I would 100% done it. It's just I just never, around here there's no salt water, and that was one of those hobbies. I've had a million hobbies, but it's when I was just working so much, like skydiving. I was skydiving too, and there just got to be too much going on, and I just didn't have time to really get into stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, skydiving,
Glocksmith
I can't do that.
Glocksmith wants to know if you are dating anyone from the community right now.
I heard Miranda's
Who's,
single there.
wait, which one's locksmith?
Glocksmith, I highlighted it. Like I don't know. I like
No,
that pink
again,
Glock though.
actually. I haven't dated anyone in the community since December 23rd, if you would even call 2 weeks dating. But yeah, I mean, the one girl that I was interested in New York, I didn't meet her from the community. Met her in person in New York. Heard about me in the news, but that was about it. Fuck that, dude. YouTube shouldn't even be like
There's my
a
Glock.
place to meet people.
Oh shit!
Is that Ryan?
Huh?
I thought I heard Ryan's voice.
No,
What was that?
No. You ain't gonna hear Ryan's voice on my channel, baby.
No?
He gets so mad when he tried.
Oh,
I'll tell you a little trick he does is like he'll jump on and he'll stay there just a few seconds, like just enough time to where you start to try to add him, and then he jumps off. Oh, he wouldn't let me on. He wouldn't let. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
oh,
And then so finally,
oh
I'm just
no.
never gonna let him on again, so he can get fucked.
Bill, how many days has it been since he hasn't mentioned your name?
I would have to look. Here's what got him last time is when he was on Ed's stream.
Yeah.
He was messaging himself about me back and forth on one of his other accounts. It was obvious it was him, and then somebody said, "Hey, that's Ryan's account, right?" Somebody that thinks they're friends.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, that's Ryan's account, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I figured that out already." So I'll have to look and see when that was exactly. And somebody else sent me a screenshot of some comments where I guess he said my name on there when he was on the panel, like he just can't help himself. I didn't actually hear that myself, but I don't know. I don't feel like going back and looking.
Yeah,
So
I don't
I'd have
have
to look
any.
and see when that was.
I don't have any problem with Ryan. I mean, we got into a feud before, but then again, I'm friends with everybody pretty much. You know, I don't really have any issues with other catchers or anything like that. So,
Well, consider yourself lucky. I hope it lasts a
yeah,
while because,
there's
frankly,
things
I'm
like
sick of the bullshit.
there's stuff that I don't agree with, but I mean, like, I know, like, just even if I say anything, it's not going to change the situation. In some circumstances, it might make things worse. Um, but other than that, I've been staying focused on my own thing lately
Well, that's
as
really
much
the,
as I
the
can.
best the best way. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's really the
Unless
best way to be. But especially when you're a
banana
catcher,
plan
you've
comes at
got
me.
you've got people coming at you all the time, and especially with the shit you've got going on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the banana
Vic,
plan.
it's too easy. If you got proof of that from last night, I can restart the clock, but I got to see it myself. So yeah, if I believe you because it's
What was it, a week?
7 days. But the thing is if you go back and I reposted the original post, there's more to it than just a 7-day clock. That's just what people latched onto because it's funny.
So
But I
Vic
figure
ruined.
if he
Oh,
wants to
man.
see my proof, which I do have, I've shown it to a few people,
He doesn't.
and he wants to see my proof, but he don't want to.
I've
He don't
kind
want to
of.
produce any proof of himself. So
I haven't really been keeping too up to date to it, but does he still think that you're great grandma?
yeah, he's still saying that shit. Like sometimes he'll kind of almost admit that he was wrong, but he won't. And then like depending on who he's
Oh,
talking
man.
to, like he still says I had something to do with it, but like we've shown text messages and other shit that proves that I didn't have anything. I was just a fucking messenger. I thought she was dead too.
Ryan just went live.
Did he really? Well, that restarts the clock again.
Oh no! Hold on.
Did he really
No,
just go
I
live?
don't think he did.
No,
Oh,
someone's
wait.
probably trolling.
Unless if
Okay.
he went on, unless if he went
Well,
live on that other
No,
account of his.
he's not live. I just
okay. All right. Well, he does that shit. Like he'll say, "I'm gonna go live and get more people than you," but like the last time he tried that, I had like 84 and he had 3. So I don't think he'll be trying that again.
Mm.
You know, and I
Oh,
don't really pay attention to this stuff, but other people do, and they send me, screenshots of whatever. But it is what it is.
Bill,
yeah.
Ryan could be in his 80s and he'll still think that you're a great grandma.
Oh, I know. Like fucking, like he can't go 48 hours without talking about me. It is weird, man. It is fucking creepy.
Hey,
It
hey,
is.
That's the thing. It's like I don't know if he really believes that or if he just thinks he says it enough. See, I posted that screenshot where Ryan was getting killed in my comment section on Instagram. It was over. It was because of him that I found like Red Hood's real name and all this other and about his disability. It's because of Ryan running his mouth that I found out about it. Ryan didn't tell that to me directly, but he told the person that told me, or the people that told me, I should say. And he
Yeah.
was trying to cover up for that. So he was getting killed in my comment section on Instagram. And if I need to repost this, it's still up somewhere, but I don't know how far back. But if I need to repost it again, I'll repost it. But I went to Ryan. I said, bro, you gotta just chill out a little bit. You're getting killed in my comment section. And I actually said, I say this with respect. Went on like, you're getting killed in my comment section. You might want to quit now while you're ahead. And I was very, very respectful. And he said, you want to go to war? Let's try me. And I just said, LOL. And that was the end of that conversation. And this was before all the great grandma shit. So he's been, for a long time, he's been trying to nail me on something, and it just isn't working out for him. And then he got a couple of ladies that decided they didn't like me anymore. For the narrative is that, you know what? I don't even want to get into what people are saying about that, but it wasn't a narrative that I was choosing. It was something that other females picked up and they're like, they're acting like they're fucking blah blah blah.
yeah.
Anyway, so they got a hold of Ryan and tried to get him to take me down, and it's not working out for him like he thought it would. I mean, he has called me a predator. Like he's acting just like fucking Twomper with doxing me, but doxing me wrong with the wrong information. It's my name and my picture. The other shit he says is completely fucking wrong. So,
Oh man. Well, I mean, hopefully, maybe one day there could be peace amongst the community where everybody kind of just gets along. But
That's never
or
going to
yeah,
has
happen.
an
right.
under, or
That's
has
never
an
going to happen.
understanding. It probably won't, but I mean, it's not bad to wish for.
Oh,
Right.
Julie doesn't
Yeah,
care.
it'll never.
I gotta get gas, so I'm gonna be. I'll stay on, but I'm gonna mute my mic.
Oh, right on, dude. We'll just watch you get gas because we have nothing better to do apparently. But
I'm about to cross the Florida state line, and I'm just paranoid that there's no gas down there. And I have a 5-gallon gas tank I'm going to put in the back of my car, so we'll see how that works.
ew. Well, be careful, man.
Some
You don't
backup
smoke,
gas.
right?
I vape.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, I mean, vapes have an ignition source too, and it
You
ain't
said
the liquid part of the gas; it's the fucking
I
fumes
know.
that get you.
you said
The
probably.
vape heats it up to like what 500 degrees or something like that, or I don't know, some ridiculous temperature. But yeah, dude, I'll be driving on the live stream. All of a sudden, you'll just see like a flash of light, and then you'll be like, "What happened to Webb?" Still
I'll be
live.
selling that shit to a fucking world star, man. You better believe it.
Oh no, I hope not. No, I got a really good gas tank that I bought at a truck stop. It's a trucker gas can, so they're like extra thick or whatever. Oh, that's what. Yeah. Anyways,
Okay, but it's an actual gas can, a
yeah,
red one, I
yeah, it
hope.
is. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's the red one. So sorry, I'm gonna mute my mic so I can get some gas, but I'll be right back.
Oh shit! What am I playing? What do they want me to play? Fun? I can't play clips because I'm on a phone, but they said play a funny clip. The last time I played a funny clip, like that was one of the most people I ever had in a stream at one time. And last time I had Whitakus play a clip of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, that thing got claimed immediately. I could probably fight it, but I'm not going to because I don't care. But so yeah, you can't even watch that now.
That sucks.
Oh, what am I? Okay, I missed something in the chat. Oh, Barb says it's on the fireside. I didn't know he had a fireside channel.
Yeah, he's got 3.
Dude, that's something else he copied me on then, because I was doing that. I bet he has a fireside channel with no actual fire. I have actual fire, so fuck him.
And is there one's called MV Cap Code, I think?
Well, Julie, get Rob on here. You guys both come up here. Get to know each other in front of us. I'd like to talk to the dude too. One of these nights, I'm going to have a ladies' night where I'm only going to allow ladies up on the panel.
And what, no single guys, so we hook up with them, Bill?
No, fuck you. I'm kidding. You can hook up. You can hook up with them from the chat, man. That's how I do it.
All right, thanks.
Talking about KC sending his whole asshole. I don't think I want to. Helicoptering is bad enough. I don't want Casey. I've already seen Casey's face, and I would bet that it looks just like his asshole. I don't want to see both at the same time. Flashbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Being traumatized.
Mm-hmm. I already. They say that I have PTSD. I don't know if I agree with that or not, but if I don't really have it, I don't want it.
And no one does.
Yeah, pretty much Section 15. Yeah, Section, you may as well come up here too, man. Bring your guitar with you. Oop. Oh, how the hell did I do that? Okay, you know what it was? I was looking at Wrestler's mom's picture again because she's so freaking smoking hot. And I fucking accidentally clicked on it. Dude, it is hard to beat off and hold your phone at the same time and not accidentally click on some shit. Am I right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, dude, seriously, dude, try texting and beating off at the same time and see what happens.
You can't do that. It's impossible.
No, it don't work out very well.
Nope.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, come on, Section, get your ass up here. Terrence and I are lonely.
Yeah, we are. We might have to hug each other.
Well, hugging's one thing, but you know that reach around action is kind of a reflex. So if I give you a reach around while we're hugging, it's a total accident. It's just muscle memory, like we talked about with shooting. It's the same thing.
Exactly. We need more women up here.
We definitely need more women up here.
Mm-hmm. You should have a ladies' night panel.
I'm going to, man. I'm going to do that.
Not a bad idea.
So when you see ladies' night panel, I'll try to get some ladies scheduled ahead of time. That way, I'm not just an asshole by myself like I usually am. So, oh shit! I didn't realize my mom was out here fucking with the cats. Man, she just heard me say all that shit. Fuck.
Shaking her head at you.
I gotta. No, I got. She acted. She tried to sneak away, but like she's a little short, fat church lady. Hang on, I'm gonna close this door because I'm in the shop. Yeah. Oh shit!
Right.
She turned out the porch light. That means she's mad at me. I
Uh-oh.
bet she locks the door too. Oh, somebody
Get
was up.
ready, Bill.
Hang on. I'll get you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Julie Jade.
Welcome back, Julie.
Oh my God, I love that introduction. Love it.
I'm
I'm the
working on it.
only girl. I'm the only girl that wants to come up.
I hope not. I mean, we're gonna have a full-on ladies' night one of these days.
Bill, who
So
would
if
you have
y'all-
on the panel for ladies' night?
Well, whoever won't press charges.
Hills, Haley,
Oh,
Julie,
hopefully.
wrestlers,
all of them.
Sarah.
Gabber. I want Gabbers up.
Oh yeah, we'll get her up here.
Yeah. I want to get you two together, actually.
Who, me and Gabby?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, like we have a kitten together. Did you know that?
I know. You baby daddy.
Mm-hmm. I am demanding visitation rights.
Good. You need somebody.
Oh, hang on. Mom, we are not doing cocaine. Oh shit, I gotta close the store again.
Oh my God,
She
I
just
love your
pointed.
mom.
She just pointed her
She's
cane
like,
at
I'll
me.
pray for all of you. I love her.
Huh?
She was like, I'll pray for all of you. She's great.
Yeah, she can be.
So I kind of want to. Okay, is he still driving? I don't know.
No, he's at the gas station.
I don't want to interrupt him. I don't want to interrupt him. And there's a person in the chat that I kind of you know,
Have a crush on?
no, Terrence.
Come on, say it.
Terrence. No,
Come on, say it.
nobody.
Say it.
I got my old things. Look, I come home last night at 4:00 in the morning doing the walk of shame in my own house. Like, no, I don't got a crush on nobody. I got my own. No. My body count. I keep my body count to where it's at right now, and that's it. No, there was this guy, or I don't know, maybe a girl. I don't want to see their name actually, but who's going through the same stuff as I am going through. And if he doesn't want to come up, that's fine. And I don't want to, or he, she, I don't know. I don't want to exploit them, I guess.
I knew
Don't
you were
want to put
talking
them on
about.
the spot. Yeah,
What?
no, nobody ever say anything that you're not going to be comfortable with. I actually privated a stream because somebody said they said one thing that like the next day they hit me up. They're like, "Hey, would you take that down?" At first, I'm like, "No," and then she told me what she said. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I didn't even realize you said that." So I made that stream private because it really was something personal, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I think this is personal too, and so I don't want to call them out on it. I mean,
Well, Julie, why don't you hit him up on IG?
it's so weird, Terrence, that when I'm at home, my
Yeah.
IG will work for like 2 weeks and it doesn't work. But if I go to work, when I go to work, I can, it works. It's stupid. And I don't know. I don't know if that's their, I don't know what my pronouns are. But it touched me in the stream because it's like, you know exactly what I'm going through. It seemed like it. It seemed like it. So.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's a good guy.
Oh, he is a guy.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. The
Um,
things that, when he said we're exactly the same, and
Guys, I gotta hop out of the stream real quick and take care of something, but
What do you
I'll
do? You
come
kill?
back. And
What do
if,
you
if
do?
somehow I accidentally cancel it, I will restart it. Okay, but I gotta take care of something real quick.
Uh-oh. Bill's mom's going to punish him.
Right, Terrence.
No.
Yeah.
Terrence, what's been going on with you, babe?
Not much. You know, just chilling. How about you?
Working, but I had the last I have Sunday and Mondays off, so I like it. I get to watch Sunday football and then just recuperate on Monday, I guess.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you from exactly? If you don't mind me asking.
No, I don't mind. I'm from California.
Oh, nice.
Where are you from?
Canada.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's so weird how you can be so far away from someone. So
Yeah.
I mean, when I talk to you guys are like so many hours later than me.
Yeah,
You guys
you're.
are all going, good evening, and I'm like, it's fucking morning. I'm just waking up.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't mean to cuss. I'm a lady.
Yeah, you're 3 hours behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, but I work Tuesday through Saturday. So
Oh, nice.
I'm enjoying my I just went to part-time recently. I begged and begged and begged them to let me go part-time, and they're like, well, there needs to be a posting for that, or I'm like, or you can do this, you can step down. I'm like, I'm stepping down anyway. And so I finally got them to let me go part-time, which I work 6 to 11s usually.
Yeah.
When you guys are all talking.
Yeah.
I know. I
Pretty
miss
much.
it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And that's my time. So you guys are late night people.
Yeah, a lot of us are,
But it's funny because I was telling a coworker, well, yeah, I get off at 11, but I go home and I cook a full-blown meal. They're like, what? I go, yeah. Last night I made raviolis and garlic bread and I made salad. They're like, are you kidding me? No. And then I go, wait a minute. And then I made blueberry muffins so they could have breakfast in the morning so they wouldn't bother me. That's my getaway is cooking. I love to cook.
Nice. Should
Yeah.
tell Bill that. Should tell Bill that.
Bill thinks I'm boring. I don't know about Bill.
I don't think you're boring. Why do you think I think you're boring?
Oh, there you go. He came back.
Whoops, Terrence, damn it, you hooked me in there.
You heard everything.
Well, see, the problem is she calls me at like 5 o'clock in the morning my time, and I'm all ambient out. So it's not.
That one time I did. This morning I called you, and I only called you because I was doing the walk of shame coming in at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's 7 o'clock there. I just was worried about you because even Saturday before I go into work, you guys are all popping on. You're all popping on. And I listen to you before I go to work. I get to work like maybe a half hour early. And I'm like, wow, he sounds a little cranky. That's how I thought about it.
Oh, you
He
talk
sounds
about
a little
the live
cranky.
stream. Right?
He's
Yeah,
a
I
little
had some.
cranky right now. He's a little cranky, and I did text you. And then I was just like on my way home and I flopped down on the bed and I'm like, well, I'll call him and see. And then, you probably wouldn't get more than 3 or 4 sentences out of me anyway if you answered. So it's good.
I didn't have my phone with me for all of yesterday, and I didn't have my phone till late morning. Something happened and I got separated from my phone, and that's all I'm gonna say. So a ton of people were texting me, and I do appreciate people checking on me. I really do.
But that's all,
It's just
and
it's
then
just that
even when you said tonight, or I'm sorry, or were you in trouble, or like, I hope nothing's wrong. No, nothing's wrong. I was just checking on you. That's all.
all right.
And then my son had an appointment with his therapist, a new therapist yesterday, and it came on my phone. And so I was without my phone for an hour. And I thought, oh my God, in real life, like I was scrambling, like, what am I going to do without my phone right now? So stupid. So stupid. I'm like, I don't got my phone.
Well,
I can't be checking, like, so dumb. So dumb. Like, June, get your
well,
shit together and get going. No, I need my phone. But you don't.
like
You
I'll lay
don't.
my phone on the coffee table. I don't live there anymore, but like I would lay my phone on the coffee table and just take off and be gone for days. It does not bother me to be without my phone unless like something happens or whatever. But and that got me in a little bit of trouble too. I don't need I don't want to get into it, but certain people got mad because I would do that, and I even sometimes told them ahead of time, like, "Hey, I'm leaving. I'm not taking my phone with me. I'm fine," and they still didn't like it. So
No, I
I
think
don't know.
that's
I haven't done that for a while. This time when I was separated from my phone, it was for something beyond my control. So, well, it was my fault, but
wonderful.
it. Hmm?
I think that's good. I think everybody should do that.
I do too. I freaking
Just
there are
because I
times
put
where
my phone on silent when I go to sleep doesn't mean I'm leaving my phone. So, you know, I
yeah.
I really think, somebody should put their phone like on a weekend, plan something, plan to go somewhere for a weekend, unless you need it to make, travel things, but put it away. Put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I go, I always leave my phone at home.
You do, Terrence?
Yeah, but I'm usually gone for like 2 to 3 hours. Not that long.
Hmm.
You know what the biggest problem in America is?
What, babe?
Not nearly enough people take off their clothes for no apparent reason.
You're right, Bill.
If I was running for president, that would be like my number one thing.
You would stand up there at the thing naked?
Yeah, I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen of the United States of America, you all are wearing entirely too many clothes, and I'm going to put a stop to it.
We were born this way.
Goddamn right. We were born naked, and we ought to stay naked.
And if you're wearing clothes, you get life in prison with no parole.
That's how I came into the world. I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what though, like, I don't live too far from the Ponderosa Sun Club is pretty well known nudist colony because every year, like Ron Jeremy and Gene Simmons, they host a big like 3 day party there. I forget what that party's called, but the name of the nudist
Oh,
colony is the
name of the
Ponderosa Sun Club. Nudes a poppin', that's what it's called. You can look that up on the internet. Like, yeah, it's a big thing. But I went to it a few times, and like, it's not people you would really want to see naked for the most part.
No.
I
I mean,
know, right?
I've seen Ron Jeremy in person, and it's fuck.
I haven't even seen him in
Yeah,
person. Ugh.
it's
Like, what was the?
and like he's
Ugh.
not. I think that's why he got so famous is because like actually he's a little bit uglier than average, and a little bit fatter. But see, he's like your average looking, ordinary,
Halo.
everyday guy. Except he has a 30-inch long penis or however long that fucker is. But
He really? Do you think he
yeah,
really does?
I don't really know how big it is. I don't keep stats on those people, but
I
like
don't
I've
think that
seen.
matters. I really don't think that matters. Gross.
Well, like he can suck his own dick, which I have not seen in person and don't want to. Which I mean, really, I probably could if I wanted to. I'd have to do it the hard way by like laying on the floor with my legs up against the couch and throw them over. But I could still probably. But fuck, who the fuck wants to?
Straps holding
You
your
know what I
feet to
mean?
the wall. Mm-hmm. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, it's I mean, I've gone. Boy, I really know how to kill a chat, don't I?
I know.
I've gone. I've
It
gone
sure
this
did go
long.
quiet, right? It sure went quiet.
I've gone this long without a dick in my mouth, and I'll be just fine if I never have one. But like $11.38 is $11.38. You know what I mean? If that's all the guys got on him, fuck it.
You're so stupid. I love
Hmm.
you. I don't mean to call you stupid. It's all in a good way. That was a very, very, very bad word in my household. Um, I taught my kids, don't you ever say that word, but I have to say it sometimes, just in fun, because it's funny.
All right. I got it. I know it's fine. I get called way worse.
I wouldn't call you way worse, babe. You know that.
Well, I mean, you'd be within your rights if you did. Okay.
I've never.
Wrestler's mom, look. My thing is to, like, I've had tons of ladies up here before that have never been on a panel, and that's kind of my thing, and it's cool. I like it. So
Me.
just come up here. Yeah, Julie, for instance, like she'd never
I've
been on a
never been
panel
on
before.
anybody else's panel but yours.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I think the first time I went on your panel, I was like, I could fucking talk to you all day. And you're like, okay, come up. And I did. And Terrence was like, come up. And I'm like, I'm boring. Like, I'm not old. I'm just a few years older than you, Billiford. Just a few years older than you, but I can still rock it. But I've never been on a panel.
Julie, you can't be that
What
old.
what what
I
I
thought
what
you
I
were like,
tell people
I thought you were
is
around like 40.
just act like we're talking on the phone. Don't look at the chat. Just act like we're talking on the phone.
I don't look at the chat. I don't. I feel like I'm like just talking to you on the phone. And me and you have had conversations on the phone.
Yeah.
Julie, just picture Bill naked.
Oh God, don't do that. I don't want them to like leave.
What? No. Okay, so do you want me to explain how I picture Bill?
Go ahead.
No, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
do
up to
it.
Bill. Oh, yeah, go
I
ahead.
Anything goes here.
know. You know when you don't meet somebody and you picture them, and it's all okay. He told me he has long hair,
Yeah.
and sometimes I can see in the shadow when he's doing his video. I can see it's like up. Do you put your hair up, Bill?
Yeah,
Babe?
I keep it tied back. I've got like 8 bands in it to hold it down because it gets in the way. But yeah.
Yeah, because my ex, he's no longer here. But he had long hair, but he would just put it in a ponytail. And then my husband had long hair, and I used to like braid it for him. So that's like a big turn on for me. I don't know what. But so I don't know. But then tonight you said you're 5'10".
Yeah, I used to be 5'11", but I don't
So
think I'm really
you're
that
as tall
tall
as me.
anymore.
You're as tall as me now. And how much do you weigh? Well, you don't have to say it. That's rude.
I lost
If
I
you
lost a
asked
shit
me
ton
that,
of
I
weight
would
after
tell
I got
you I
hurt.
weigh 97 pounds.
Hmm? Say that
Um,
again?
that's rude for me to ask you that.
No, I don't give a fuck. Right now
Be-
I'm probably like 168, I think. That was the
oh,
last time I was weighed like at a doc. I don't weigh myself, but last time
that's
I was weighed at a doctor's office, I was 168. So I'm like I go for long periods of time without eating, so my weight does fluctuate. But that's
because
probably
all the cocaine.
no, even when I'm not doing that, I just don't fucking eat. I just don't eat. I forget to eat. Now I
Are you?
started like when Tikoi can fucking cook. There's no two ways about that. So when she was living with me, I started putting some more weight back on. And now that I'm eating my mom's cooking more often, I probably have put on a little bit, but like I've never been fat. I've never had body fat. It's yeah. Yes,
Okay, so
Hills, you
I picture Bill like an I don't know how to put it in my head. Like an old rocker with his hair up in a clip, when he does his little cock stories.
You mean
oh,
from the
I don't
movie?
do clips, man. I tell you, people guys that
Okay.
dude, if you are listening to this and you have a man bun, take that fucking faggot shit out of your hair right
Are
now.
you
I no.
serious? I love
Yeah,
a
I'm
man
serious.
bun. I love a man bun.
Yeah, fuck all that. I don't wear
Then what do
eyeliner or
you
none of
do?
that yuppie
What do you
bullshit.
do? Then what do you do with your hair? What do you do?
I just tie it back. I have like 7 or 8 hair ties in it, and I just tie it
And you do
back. I
it
don't
all the
really
time? Like,
do
oh,
anything with it. Like I use the cheapest gel I can find if I don't use mud,
babe, will you send me a picture of you with a man bun?
No, fuck that.
Babe, come on.
No, I'm not doing a man bun for anybody.
I won't tell anybody. I won't show anyone except for Terrence.
Yeah, until you get mad at me, and then you'll give it to
Why
Ryan,
would
and
I ever be mad at you?
he'll put it up.
You're so stupid. Why would I ever be mad at you? We barely talk.
All things happen. Trust me on that one.
All right. Okay. But okay, babe, please, when you feel like it, will you send me a picture of Amanda?
All no, I'm not doing the man bun.
Babe,
All I
please,
send
babe, babe,
are
babe, please.
dick, all I send are dick pics. That's it.
Terrence. He's so stupid.
He can't help it. He can't help it.
Oh, somebody wants up. Hang on.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you section 15.
oh, section.
Maybe. There we go.
Oh, it's really him. A
What's
section.
going on, man?
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear us, dude?
Hold up just a second. I'm trying to get my can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Oh man, I was
He
looking
went
forward to
bye-bye.
talking to him.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll come back. He's got some kind of issue to straighten out.
I want Rod to come up.
Yes, Wrestler's Mom, you can share a link. Anybody can share pretty much whatever they want. I don't care. As long as you don't send people anything, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't say weird because I'm weird, but you know what? Just reasonably weird. But yeah, you can absolutely share a link.
That's mildly putting it. I love you though, but that's mildly mild.
But no, I'm not doing a man bun for anybody. I don't.
Babe, really?
Mm-mm.
Babe, I won't show anybody.
I don't. That's not even the point. It's like
If I
I
came
have
out
a
to Indiana and I did
I
a
have a
man
theory that men
and
who
I
wear
wouldn't
man
show
buns.
anybody, would you do it? Would you do the man bun if I came out there, which I'm not, but you can just say yes. And I did it and I wouldn't even take a picture, but would you do a man bun for me?
No, I'm not doing a man bun for anybody.
Why not?
See, I have this theory: men that wear man buns suck
Terrence,
dicks, and I'm
fucking
not
help
taking the
me.
chance.
Yeah.
Terrence, help me.
Real men don't wear man buns.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome, boo. I got you. You know that.
All right.
They
All
do
right.
look ridiculous. They do
You
look
know what?
ridiculous.
Even my kids, my boys, they have long hair. They don't do it either. I think they
Good.
did it
Good on
one
them.
time. My one son did it one time. They were gonna go out. They were crossbowing, and he had his hair in a man bun. And he was like, "Don't you take a picture of me," which I did. But I don't know what I think it's. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Just the long hair is that's what gets me. And you know what else gets me? Bald. I love the bald.
There you go, Terrence.
There you go, Terrence. I love the bald. Bald is fucking sexy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not bald though.
Look, here's my theory. Actually, I gotta close this shop door because I don't want my mom to hear me because I'm about to get loud. Headphone warning. Here is my opinion about men that wear man buns.
Okay.
Men that wear man buns
Are gay.
go to Starbucks. Well, you're getting there. Men that wear man buns go to Starbucks and like
Order a latte.
order a fucking gay fucking coffee. That's what got me kicked out. That's why I'm banned from like 4 Starbucks is because they made my coffee gay. I don't want no fucking gay berry crunch or whatever the fuck their flavor of the month is. I just want a fucking coffee. I don't want no fucking gay shit in it.
Okay.
Fucking like no, I took a sip of this fucking coffee. Like I love Barnes and Noble. I can go into Barnes and Noble. I will spend all day in a Barnes and Noble just reading books and
Oh my God, my
and
kids.
messing with people.
Oh
And
God.
yeah, it's I like bookstores. Always have. And
My kids. Oh Jesus Lord.
like I don't want anything gay in my coffee. I don't give a fuck about your flavor of the month. I just ordered like a large black coffee, and I like sugar, in mine, but I don't want any gay shit in it. So Starbucks has the. So I take a couple packets of the cane sugar, stir it up, and I take a sip, and I spit it right back. I'm like, why the fuck is my coffee gay? And I walk back up to the counter, slam it down. I'm like, dude, my coffee's gay. He's like, what do you mean you cook? He had a fucking tongue ring, which pissed me off. Yes, I did. And I'll tell you what, you do not realize how many fucking undercover security people Starbucks has or Barnes and Noble has in it until you start screaming about gay coffee.
You said
And which they were actually laughing too. But I mean, this little motherfucker who was about 12 had a fucking tongue ring, which you don't fucking, if you're gonna work in public service, don't have a fucking tongue ring. Just don't do it. So this little faggot behind the counter, I'm like, dude, my coffee's gay. And he's like, what do you mean your coffee gay? I'm like, my fucking coffee is gay.
Coffee is
And
gay.
he's like, it's gay berry crunch. It's the flavor of the month. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your flavor of the month. I don't want any fucking gay coffee. Did I come up to you? I was very nice at first. Did I come up to you and say I want a fucking gay coffee? No. So fucking make it right. I'm going to tell my manager. I'm like, yeah, you go fucking get your manager, buddy, because you're going to need him and about 5 other motherfuckers. So anyway, this little fucking gay manager comes out with his little fucking gay clipboard and his little fucking gay pen.
And a gay manager. Oh fuck.
Yeah, and a gay clipboard and a gay pen. And like this little motherfucker was also about 12, and he's all pointing his pen at me, all, like looking over his glasses and shit. His little fucking pink gay fucking glasses, and he's like, "Sir, that's not the kind of attitude we promote in our store." I'm like, "Fuck you. Get me whoever the fuck's above you." And then anyway, these big burly security guys come out. They were actually laughing. So anyway, long story short, like I can go into Barnes and Noble, but I can't step off the carpet onto the tile into the coffee shop. So yeah, and that happened like 4 different ones.
You're all like a gay coffee. I have a gay manager. I'm
Everyone's
sorry,
gay.
but I'm almost gonna pee my pants right now. I don't want this gay coffee.
No, like I'm not the toughest guy in the world, but I like a manly coffee. You know what I mean?
Well, don't get coffee now because it's October coming soon. It's gonna be like all pumpkin spice.
Oh fuck that shit too, man.
It's gonna be like totally gay coffee for you right now. Oh my God. I swear to God, Bill. Billiford, fucking love you. You're so stupid.
I know. I
I
got
love
drain damage. I mean, I literally have drain damage.
you do. I love you. You're gonna be my weirdest friend forever.
Hmm.
What? Oh,
What'd you say?
I love it when you say that. When you'll be like on your stream and you go, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You're turning Bill on
What's
right
that?
now, Julie.
No, I'm not Bryant.
does that
He's
does
so
that do
crazy.
something for
He's
you?
so crazy. He loves all the girls. He don't like me. He is a good friend to me. He's a good friend to
What are
me.
you talking about?
Everybody goes,
I like all the
"Oh,
ladies.
there's a love story between Julie and Bill." There's no love story between us. I've seen it on a chat before. Um,
If you want to consider doggy style love, I guess, but other than that,
what?
shit, I thought I was muted. Yeah, Section 15. I've talked about that, trying to work around certain people's. I will start, like I did a sunrise stream once, and more people showed up than I thought would. So that's not out of the question. I am trying to do things earlier because everybody else likes to go live late at night. So
Julie dropped off.
oh yeah, we lost Julie.
So did you see Hill's new profile pic?
No, I haven't. Did she just change it? And
Yeah.
are you sure that's the right Hills?
Yeah, she's modded.
Okay. Oh, that one. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hills is she's like one of my original YouTube sweethearts. Oh, hang on. I gotta mute real quick. Terrence, you're in charge.
All right. I'm the only one here, so. Yeah, Section. Try coming up next time on the panel, if he does one during the day. Go ahead in the comments section.
Oh, where the hell did I just bought like 5 packs of cigarettes and I don't know where the hell I put them.
You lost your cigarettes?
Yeah, I just bought like 5 packs and I thought I left them in my office, but they're not in there. Maybe I don't know. Fuck, it's hard telling. I bet the cats got them just like they got into my Coke stash.
No. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your ladies' night panel there, Bill.
Yeah, so am I. We're gonna have to make that happen. So, if y'all see me go live and I say ladies, I'll probably try to like sweet talk, some ladies into joining ahead of time, hopefully, and then we'll try to do that. So if y'all see a ladies' night panel, that just means that I'm only allowing ladies up on the panel.
Yeah, no men or trannies.
Not again.
You okay there, Bill?
Oh yeah, you got me thinking about the fucking tranny and the I fucking went into shock for a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could have a panel that can. Oh my god.
Tell you what though, I mean, you know what? I better not say it. I'm just gonna get myself in trouble.
Yeah, you don't
Again.
want your mom hearing it.
No, not her. She finally went to bed. I think. I tell you, my mom is nosy as fuck though. Like, I try not to talk on the phone if I'm at their house because like she will, like if I say something that she don't like, later on I'll hear about it. She's like, "What are you talking about? Moving to fucking where?" Or well, she don't cuss. I'm sorry. Let me try this again. Like, what are you talking about moving out of state? I'm like, Mom, I gotta, I gotta move. I can't. I just don't want to be around here anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all my kids are here, and I got to be careful not to give too much away. But a couple of ladies in the community asked me to, said I could stay with them till I get things sorted out. And I really like both of them, but like I really don't want to get too far away from my kids, my grandkid, and yeah. But she overheard me talking about one of them, and she's like, "Well, what are you talking about moving to Michigan for?" I'm like, "I."
Yeah, it's understandable, you know.
And by the way, I changed the name of the state, so it wasn't Michigan; it was somewhere else.
Mm. But for your old ladies night panel there, you could have Hills, Julie, um, Wrestler's mom,
Yeah,
Haley,
Haley. Yeah, fuck
um,
yeah, we'll get them all up.
Sarah. 5 women and 1 guy.
What's wrong with that equation?
Yeah, there you go, Bill.
Yeah, somebody, fuck, who was it now? It's actually come up more than once because, like, I've dropped hints about threesomes and shit that I've had, and I was in a long-term relationship with a girl, and like we brought women. Oh, that was the pitfalls of having threesomes. I tell you what, dude. Right now, of course, the fantasy of everything is always better than the reality because in your mind, nothing ever goes wrong.
Yeah.
But the thing about threesomes is like you gotta have some kind of like ground rules to where at the end of the day it's still you and your lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had one that we shared a few times, and like we had this deal um, that if we were gonna mess around with other chicks, like she had no interest in messing around with guys, which was fine with me because I don't do that shit anyway. But like I'm not gonna, I don't really. The thought of watching another dude bang my old lady just does not appeal to me.
No, that's not right.
But we
That's
had this
just
deal where um, like we couldn't do other girls without each other being there. And we had a few other things, and but see, and there were times like if I was going, I haven't been to a titty bar in years. I just they just aren't that fun for me anymore.
same
And
here.
plus, like all my friends are dead. It's not like I'm not the kind of guy that would go to a titty bar by myself. You know, they just don't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Part of the for me the allure for that was like going out with the guys, and which really though we brought my old lady a lot of the times because she likes girls too, and that was always a lot of fun. I never had any
Oh,
regrets about her being there, but like when I would go out with the boys, she'd be like, okay, if you meet another girl you like, you can get a blowjob, but you can't touch her below the waist. And I like
mm,
it never happened, but she still said that I could. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
we had a girl that we shared a few times, and again we had that deal where we can't do anything without the other one. Well, she went. I could tell something was bothering my old lady, like for days, and like I could. She would not tell. I look, ladies, if you're having a problem with your guy and like he's too stupid to figure out what it is, just fucking tell him so you can deal with it. So you can either get the argument out of the way or you can solve the problem. Just fucking don't mope around the house for 5 days making him wonder. I understand that that's part of the torture process, but it really at the end of the day doesn't get you anywhere. So anyway, like she was moping around the house and like being all depressed and shit. And I'm like, what's wrong? Have I done something? You know, my drunk, stupid mouth might have said something wrong.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it's not you. It's not you. I'm like, well, then you better fucking tell me who because somebody's gonna get an ass kicking. And she's like, you won't kick this person. I'm like, okay, whatever. So before she told me what was going on, this the girl that had been sharing, she came over to the house and my old lady wasn't there. And I'm like, oh no, she's not here or whatever, but she'll be off of work in a couple hours if you just want to hang out. She's like, oh, I know she's at work. I just talked to her. I'm like, oh shit, I see where this is, where she wants this to go.
Mm,
And so she was starting to do things that girls do to turn a guy on, nothing, not like taking off her clothes or anything, just, they flirt and they smile and they, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, look, I can't do anything without her. It just ain't going to happen. And the fact that you're trying to get me to, it tells me that you're going to be a problem. And I literally told her that.
yeah.
So anyway, then I was moping around the house for a couple of days because I really liked having threesomes with this chick, but like I knew things were going to get fucked up. And so then my old lady was asking me what my problem was. And so I actually only moved around for like a day or whatever. And I told her, I'm like, look, she stopped by and she was trying to, and she's like, oh, that's what I've been so upset about. She did the same thing to me. It's like, okay, I see what this bitch is doing. So we just never talked to her again. But the moral of the story is, gentlemen, um, if you're gonna participate in that, you got to watch your shit because it will fuck up your life if you're not careful.
You're right. You know, weird shit can happen.
And like we did have one stay with us temporarily because she was having a landlord problem.
Mm-hmm.
But like, guys, I know you see the shit about sister wives and all. Fuck that, dude. Okay, having one lady on the rag in the house. Now imagine two. You know what I mean? Because women, when they live together, I don't know why, and I don't even know if there's actual science behind it. But it's been my experience that if two women spend enough time together, like they get on the rag at the same time, so you're not even benefiting there. You actually have double the problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't move them in with you. Don't fucking fall in love or anything. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it.
Threesomes never really work.
Well, I mean, they do, but it's just you got to be careful.
Yeah, you have to know what you're doing, basically.
Yeah, it's not as if you don't want your relationship to get fucked up, it's not as carefree and do whatever the fuck I want as it seems like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then yeah. And then another problem with a different girl we had was she didn't have any boyfriends or anything. Well, actually, neither one. None of them that we messed around did that I know of had boyfriends or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna go down on a chick, she's got to not have been around another guy for like a month. You know what I mean? I'm not taking that chance either. And
Yeah, that's understandable.
so anyway, this girl was a friend of hers that she worked with, and she didn't have a boyfriend or anything. And she's like, you know how girls talk. Oh, I guess they were at work. They were going, oh, I want to get laid. And so my old lady, fuck, I almost said her name. I don't want to do that. She calls me up. She's like, hey, do you want me to bring so and so home? I'm like, well, fuck yeah. And because she was a very attractive girl, and I wanted to bone her anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, we do this. We do that a few times, and then she gets a boyfriend. Well, it was kind of like it wasn't really awkward for me, but it was for her. Like all of us hanging out together and drinking, and a few times, like thought he was a really cool dude, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, I fucked her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I liked the guy, so I never started any shit. But like he could tell something was off, and he asked her about it, and she told him, and that fucking none of us were friends after that. I mean, me and my old lady, it didn't bother us any, but like they broke up over it, and then neither one of them would talk to either one of us after that. So it will fuck things up, even for people that aren't involved.
Yeah, so that got ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, are you a boob man or an ass man?
Oh, I'm a boob guy. Oh yeah, 100%, 100% boob guy.
Same here.
Well, wrestler's mom, we're gonna have to see what we can do about that because that's terrible.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's not for everybody. You gotta watch your shit because you don't want anybody. I mean, if it's like two chicks you just don't know, which is also a hazard in itself, because you don't know what you're gonna catch. I got luck. I don't know how the fuck I never caught anything, but like I don't even have herpes. I got real lucky. All the fucking around I used to do, and I don't fucking like. I will wear a rubber if she requests it, but I hate them goddamn things. I mean, it totally confuses the shit out of your dick. You have to maintain an erection while you try to open that fucking package while you've got lube all over your hands already. And here's bill tip number 343. Open the condom packages ahead of time. That way, if you got lube all over your hands from the foreplay, you don't fucking sit there and get aggravated. And for God's sake, don't use your teeth to open it after you've handled them like that.
Yeah, that's gross.
Mm-hmm. This is how weird I am. Like, I won't share a toothbrush with a chick, but I'll fucking go down on her. Does that make any sense?
Uh, not really. No.
I know it, on the face of it, it doesn't make sense, but I'm that way. I don't know.
Kind of that way too, actually.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if I don't say too much, and probably the answer is yes, because tomorrow, or even and like before the stream's over, people are like, "I can't believe you fucking said that." Yeah, you know what? None of you should be surprised by now.
Yeah, when's the last time you were at a strip club there, Bill?
Last time I was where?
At a strip club.
Oh my gosh. It's been years. It's been a long time.
Yeah, for me, it's been a decade.
It's probably been that long for me too.
Yeah,
Like
I live. Oh,
all
God.
my friends that I used to do that shit with are dead, you know? So it's like I'm not the kind of guy that I won't go to a strip club by myself. It's just, I mean, titties are fine, but it's like without the camaraderie, it's like, oh, you know, big deal. There's fucking titties. All I'm gonna do is spend $300 fucking on overpriced, watered down drinks and go home frustrated. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
How much Coke have I had today? I haven't had any Coke today. I haven't had any Coke in a while.
I live like 3 blocks away from a strip club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like two strip clubs in my area.
Well, I mean, that could work to your advantage, but if you're not into it, then
Oh, not anymore. I haven't been there in 10 years. Like, I used to go like almost every night.
oh, you're talking about the male strip club. I got you.
No, female.
I'm fucking with you, man.
No, I'm not Cam.
No, but yeah, I'm a tip man. I mean, I love a great ass too, but
All right, real or fake?
real. Oh yeah, like I haven't really had too many fake ones, but yeah, I like the real natural ones. I mean, like I
Uh,
don't care if a woman has a little bit of extra weight on her. You know what I mean? As long as it's not overly. You know what I mean? I don't care.
yeah.
When we got together, the girl I was talking about with the threesomes, when we first got together, she had 38 double D's, and then after, you know what, I'm giving away too much identifiable information. Um, yeah, let's just stop it there. She had 38 double D's when we first got together, and
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah, Haley, I will absolutely do that. Hang on, I might be able to check it now. All right, y'all, I'm gonna shut this thing down.
All right. Thanks for having me up, Bill. I appreciate it.
But well, no, I appreciate you coming up, man.
Yeah.
It helps if I have somebody to bounce off of. I can't just sit up here for hours and talk by myself. It just don't work. I feel awkward and
You feel like KC.
no, I will never feel like KC.
No, no one can.
No. But yeah, I don't know when it'll happen, but look forward to ladies' night, y'all. It'll happen one of these days.
I'm looking forward to that. But watch all guys come up.
No, because I'm not letting any guys come up.
Yeah, you should put that in your description of the video. No
I
guys
will.
allowed.
When the time comes, I'll put ladies' night, and you all know what it means. So
And then you're going to be on my panel next week.
this is funny.
What?
Heard Bill was, I don't know what they were, 100%. I think they meant defeated by Twomper. No, it's quite the opposite. Twomper is just so desperate to be relevant at something, and he tried to come at me by spreading around lies, and I proved that some of the screenshots were fake. So yeah, you lose, Twomper. Oh, Hills is back. No, I was just closing this down, but I do appreciate y'all for coming.
All right, well, we appreciate you streaming tonight.
Not a problem. It was my pleasure.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun with you people. That's the things. Like sometimes, like if I'm feeling kind of down or whatever, and like sometimes I'll just kind of go live. I don't even know that I'm going live until like I press the button, and then there I am. But when I start talking to you people, then I start getting loosened up, and like I forget about shit and start laughing and joking, and you know.
Yeah, you get in the zone basically.
All right, yeah, everybody, look forward to the ladies' night. We will try to make that happen. Hopefully, I won't piss off any more ladies between now and then, and we'll actually have some that show up.
You won't. You won't. And then you're going to be on my panel next week.
It's been known to happen.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, next week.
Oh, is it next week or this Friday?
Next Friday, because I already got 2 people on this Friday. So
Okay,
is
that
okay?
actually works better because yeah, that's perfect because that actually works better because this Friday I have to go to an appointment, then I have all that running around to do. I should be done by 8 anyway, but yeah, if it's next Friday, that'll be better. That'll be much better actually.
Friday at 8.
So we can make that happen. Yeah, definitely remind me though, because I'm old and I forget shit.
Yeah, I'll send you a text sometime next week.
All right, that works.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
everybody. All right, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peace.
All right,
Thanks
for
Bill.
coming up and stay naked, man.
I try to.
Right on.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna pack it in too, and yeah. Anyway, if you ever make coffee for me, just don't make it fucking gay. Actually, I'm usually the one that will make breakfast in the morning, but anyway, if you ever make coffee for me, don't make it gay, and we'll get along just fine. Just no fucking gay coffee. That's all I ask. Is that too much to ask? I just don't want any fucking gay coffee. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming. You have a great night. We'll do this again real soon, and stay naked.